From the Lodge Mahal in beautiful Round Rock, Texas, welcome to Poker Night at the Lodge. My name is Slick Rick, along with my partner each and every week, Skull Mike, and we are coming off of one of our best, if not our best ever stream when we entertained Lon McCarron and Norman Chad. What a night it was, but it's Saturday night, Mikey. What do we have on the plate today?
Yeah, that was an awesome night on Wednesday. Sad to see those two Hall of Famers leave us, or future Hall of Famers, but I think they had such a good time that they'll probably be back in the future. And the vibe was just so strong, so lively on Wednesday. Playing for a lot more shekels tonight, so we'll get back to being a little bit more serious on the felt, but still should be a good time. 5-10-25 is what we're playing tonight. Let's go around the table. We had to bring back Driver because all he does is win on Saturday nights here. We wanted to see if he can go for the 3-peat. So he's back in the 1 seat for 10K. Big Daddy Chaz joining us from San Antonio tonight. The 2 seat, $5,000. Jay went for $5,000 in the 3. Sparks first time on the Lodge Live, table 11.
Under the lights.
But he is no stranger to stream games. And he's a crusher, so he's a one to look out for tonight in the 4 seat and for 8K. Ronnie Barda in the 5 seat.
Boston Ronnie
has a World Series of Poker bracelet to his name back in 2012. So he knows what he's doing here on the poker table. First time on the stream. High in the 6 seat for 10K. DQ. Everybody knows him in the 7 seat in for 5K. Scotland in the 8 seat for 5K. And then Caesar, a stream rookie, in for 5K in the 9 seat.
Yes, Caesar from the Fort Hood area.
And we added on the mandatory straddle, so that's just a third blind, really. 5-10-25 is what we're playing tonight. And the deuce 7 bounty is on for 100 ahead. So should get pretty juicy as the night goes on. Overtime number tonight. We've been pretty hot lately. Already 200 and growing, rising in the live chat. So we're going to make this number 650. And if we get there soon, which we have been doing lately, we'll start entertaining double overtime. So 650 on or before 10:30.
Cutoff time's 10:30. Everybody knows that. It's a 10:30 cutoff.
Lodge is hopping today as we go to our first flop with AP in the
yeah, AP. Art of Poker going on.
Yes.
Almost a record prize pool, pretty close to it. So somebody's going to be walking out here with
14,000 up top.
Not a bad Saturday afternoon. I was talking to the Grand Poobah, and he was stunned, baffled that almost 85% of the player pool has been eliminated, and it's only 8 o'clock at night, a one-day tournament. So,
but that's kind of like a jinx when you say, "Oh, it's going fast," then it slows down, and you're here till 4 in the morning.
I think it's going to end. I think it's going to end before the live stream ends tonight.
Could happen. Lots of cash games going on, and we're glad you joined us. We'll be streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday as usual, but till the end of the month, and we'll talk about that a lot more throughout the program. We've got a
and then he came back with
week
we've never done
that we're hoping will be the biggest week ever at the Lodge Mahal, certainly for the live stream, and we'll tell you all about that. That's the week of the 24th through the 30th.
Unknown Prodigy, you can win with the deuce 7 at any time. Does not need to be at showdown. Could even be pre-flop, could be a walk, could be a bluff. Win any hand with deuce 7, you're getting that bounty.
So we got a raise from Caesar in the 9 seat to 100 with ace-10.
Thank you, Fletcher, for that kind comment. Welcome to the party in the chat. All the regulars in here on a Saturday night. Caesar here. No butterflies, it seems. Raising it on up to 100.
Oh, you're 7.
9-jack, 3 Skittles, pair of jacks for Driver.
Right out of his hand.
175.
Wow, that was amazing.
Jack high board here. So Driver just, this is getting ridiculous.
Well, he told me tonight, he said, "I'm due for a loss." I said, "You don't ever want to say that coming into a game." He said, "I know, but I'm due." But he hits, now Caesar hits a 10.
Oh, great, keeps the villain around. Picks up more equity now, open-ended. Driver, and now has the check mark.
Driver's going to reach for some value chips. Makes it 250.
Might need to start entertaining a nickname for Driver, although Driver pretty savvy, cool name in its own right.
Pile driver, more like it, the way he's handling his opponents. Quick call from Caesar. And driver's going to win this pot. I want to thank everybody for joining us. If you haven't yet seen the stream from Wednesday night when Norman, Chad, and Lon McCarran, do yourself a favor. It's a lot of fun. We all had a lot of fun. It was a team competition, which we've never done before in the cash game. And everybody had a lot of fun.
The cumulative winnings was might have been a couple hundred off there. I felt like I won plenty.
You did. You carried Team Sandwich for sure. But looking back, I did get bluffed by Norman Chad. But I won a couple hands, lost a couple hands. You did the heavy lifting as we planned because, didn't feel super comfortable on the felt. I feel much more comfortable in the bunker.
Man, when Norman Chad picked up that all-in, the 4 cards, and put it in the poop bag, straight gold. I'm sure the Wizard will have a highlight tape of that here in the near future.
Absolutely. DQ raises with his King Jack suit.
Scotland doing his jumping jacks with the suck and the resuck. That was hilarious.
That was so funny. The river dance, the Scottish river dance.
I'm not sure if you I watched it back, and I think Doug went a hand and Scotland went for the pound, and then Doug quickly turned away and left Scotland hanging there. I got a screenshot of it. I might post it on the Instagram later.
That would be a good meme.
Yeah, it was funny.
5, 10, 25 is what we're playing. Skull Mike, Slick Rick in the house as usual.
That's all I can do, dude.
Having some fun with these streams and can't thank everybody enough. It looks like we've got a straddle for 50. DQ puts 50 on.
Don't blame me for that.
I played Wednesday.
Surprised Scotland didn't put the 100 on, but it's early. We're still
It's early.
in the first orbit.
Yeah. And then I'll be up the following weekend playing the 24th.
Yeah.
Yellow chips are 1,000, folks. Purple chips or plums are 500. Black chips are 100. Green chips are 25, and red chips are 5. Blue chips are $1. Those are your chip denominations. Thank you, sir. $150. Called 4 ways to a flop. Jack 10 Queen.
Pair and open-ender for high. Gutter royal draw here for Caesar with a pair.
With a pair. Way out in front in equity. 79% to win this hand.
Don't know much about Caesar. Doesn't live too far from the lodge, but doesn't come here regularly. So we're going to have to learn about his game as we go on. It looks pretty calm, cool, and collected for a rookie on stream. Usually you have a little bit of nerves, but he seems comfortable. Now has 2
But 4-liner to a straight. Any king gets it would be a straight.
Okay. This is chatter.
There's a 7.
Not yet.
So Caesar's going to win as long as he stays in this pot. And it goes check, check, and Caesar's going to win with his jacks.
We were,
So the overtime number we set, 650 on or before 10:30. Joke of the night will come at 9:15 as always. One if you like it, 2 if you don't. Everyone knows the rules. And surrounding the live stream table tonight is the Art of Poker final couple tables. Over 300 entered. And there you see the live cam where the nightly tournament, bounty tournament's getting started along with a bunch of cash games. It's just a happening place.
Pretty classy Zeta Man right there, taking off his jacket, smack in the middle. Shout out to Zeta Man. No magic carpet side.
Grabbed a few. I'm like, listen, stop it.
Shout out to Sharon Barth, who finished 3rd in last night's freeze out. And a gentleman named Slick Rick finished 6th. Finally made it to a final table.
I'm also shaking.
Sharon played very well.
To which Chaz shortly agrees.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there.
At least like head nods.
9-10 deuce, all hearts. Heart for Scotland. He's also got an open-ender.
That's it. That's the only thing I can ever see.
Yeah, for some people, like thresholds, if they hit you.
Zeta Man says he's already won a bounty in the tournament, so he's listening, he's multitasking tonight. Playing the tournament here at the lodge, watching the stream, and Scotland takes down
Well, it wasn't
pot?
like a relationship, it was like any woman. If any woman hits you, not like your girlfriend. just
So
like any woman.
the week of the 24th,
If a woman
it all
just walks
starts
up and hits you,
with a
it's acceptable.
Monday night stream with Brad Owen, Andrew Nemi, and Doug Polk all on the felt all together. That may break the internet all by itself. That's going to start the week off.
You just get it all wrong, dude.
And we've got a week full of action. That night it is going to be a 5-10 game. Then on Tuesday, we're going to try to set the world's record for the largest meetup game, and that's going to start in the afternoon. And Brad, Andrew, and Doug will all rotate throughout the room, and we'll do a stream. You've got on Tuesday night, cash stream. Wednesday will be a feature table tourney stream. So those of you who constantly ask, when are y'all going to do more tourneys? We're going to do 2 tourney streams that week, one on Wednesday, one on Sunday. The Wednesday will be just a feature table. Sundays will be a final table stream. And commentating in the bunker will be Brad, Andrew, and Doug. Deuce, Tray, 6, couple diamonds. Straight draw for Scotland.
You can run it twice.
Pair of jacks for Big Daddy.
Still a real game.
So we'll continue the schedule here in a minute. Watch this.
Like we've all been in games where you're down like 300 and you're like, I don't know if I can make this 300 back. Like, it's not a good game.
But on live streams, you should keep it to 1.
I'll say it was crazy.
I only run it 1
I was on the other side.
Chaz comes in for the race
I
here.
have a whole
Money's still moving.
Lexa just flat. Scotland looking for a gutter ball and binks it.
Wow.
No waiting.
Straight for Scotland. 98% to win this hand. Can only chop it. Chop or win, that's all.
Scotland continuing to fire here. Going to be tough for Chaz to get away. If Chaz didn't raise flop, I imagine he's not going to be raising here on the turn unless the 4-liner's there. Diamond spades all available. Chaz just elects to flat. Can't blame him. Pot at 865. To the river we go. Spades get there, but I imagine Scotland's going to go for a little bit more value here. Not worried about the back door. Instead wants to make some more money through the front door and continues to fire.
Chaz does have a high spade in his hand. He may look at that as a possible bluffing opportunity.
I think Chaz is going to pay this off. Kind of confused by the line. You see him perplexed. Doesn't make any sense for Scotland to have a king be betting all the way. Maybe it was a king, missed diamonds perhaps. If you got it, you got it. A 4 in early position, unless it's of course ace-4, doesn't make much sense. So probably not putting Scotland on a 4, but it is indeed ace-4, and Chaz pays him off.
Ace-4.
Scotland's going to win, so we're going to continue. So we have a feature table of the tourney on Wednesday night. Then on Thursday night, Andrew Nemi takes the felt and will host a 5-5-10 PLO game on Thursday the 27th. Friday the 28th, Brad Owen will commandeer the felt and host a 5-10 game with
5-10-25 on Friday.
5-10-25 with Rick, Slick Rick, Skull Mike, and Doug Polk in the bunker. Saturday, Doug Polk will host the felt for a little, just a tiny little 100, 200.
Small game.
Small game with a 20K minimum come to the table. Slick and Skull in the bunk. And then on Sunday, all this, Monday through Sunday streams. Sunday's final table, we don't have a time. Usually all other streams are 8 p.m. Central Time is when you can tune in. But final table, we don't know when the final table will be made.
75.
But in the booth, for your pleasure, Brad Owen, Andrew Nemi, Doug Polk, Skull and I will work 6 days and take the 7th day off.
Shout out to Wimpy in the chat. Gary C. Fignuts. Schwartzbauer.
Stephen
Mark
Reisman in the house.
McGill, Jimmy B, the coin man, Jasbo, the chat pro himself, Carlo. Thank you all for joining us on your Saturday night. Hit that like button. Want to get this chat over 1,000 quickly.
Bet 125.
125 is the bet from Jay Wynn
Yeah, supposed to be off the table.
with the straight draw. An ace high.
Heads up.
Another tray on the board. Both players with a straight draw. Jay Wynn with the ace. There's another queen. So 2 pairs with the ace is going to do it for Jay Wynn as long as he stays in.
Ace high.
He's going to show his ace. My Pats are getting drilled right now, 20-0. Not good.
Thank you.
So we'll be back Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and then the big week. Following that, we'll all start on Monday. That night on Monday may break the internet. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of people watching that Monday.
Aces for Chaz.
75.
High coming along with 8-6 offsuit.
DQ on the button with Jack 9.
Bunch of trash. Chaz with the goods here. These gentlemen are going to have to get real lucky to shoot down these aces.
Yeah, he's not a very talkative guy.
And that could be expensive for DQ.
No.
Queen Jack 4.
Price to America, girl.
2 diamonds.
Pretty much.
Each player with a diamond, but
Wager 150.
We're just joking, honey.
DQ calls. There's a 6.
Heads up.
Small.
I'm from Boston.
I know Raiders had I live in Vegas, so Raiders.
DQ and Chaz, both from the San Antonio area, have many hours on the felt with one another.
425.
And Chaz is going to size up here on the turn 425. DQ really only beating bluff, and
good
it's not a
fold.
bluff there.
All the shots at the over in the game.
Nice little Mickey Mouse hat for DQ tonight.
Never gone over.
Yeah, never seen that hat from DQ. The bend on that hat is strong. And the bend on the daddy's hat is flat. Hoodie count tonight. Let's see what we're working with. Just high with the hoodie.
Just high.
What's the score?
Everyone else
And then
Who scored the second touchdown for Buffalo?
you gotta have the.
looking pretty smooth.
Although he wasn't a running back. No, I have a fantasy football league that play the regular season to like see what your draft order is for the actual NFL
See,
playoffs.
I've got a bunch of shirts.
And then you draft every week. You get new players.
I give them away. I give them away because I do it all for charity.
I want to thank everybody who did participate in Wednesday's stream. We had so much fun.
I will.
A lot of
I will get
laughs.
there, I promise you. Oh, man,
And I think everybody had fun.
so I got that, and then I got the photos.
Scotland with King
Yeah,
Queen
we're gonna have to do
suited.
that tag team format again. I think it was a success. Even if Lon and Norman can't join us, I'm gonna need to fire that back up
Yeah.
again sometime.
It was
soon.
fun format.
Don't know if the Poobah can play again. He was a little salty, a little steamy.
Yeah. Lost a couple big ones.
Well, we'll let him play.
Jack 10-6, couple of hearts. Heart draw for,
And the open ender and the over. So what a flop here
Jeez.
for Scotland.
wow.
DQ currently with the best hand, sixes, but
See the equity though. He's
likely to lose this hand. The whole
81%.
world. And if DQ has a pair on any board, he's coming along to at least see some more cards here. 4 of hearts would be expensive.
There's the straight.
Nuts.
It's over.
Nuts with the redraw. What a beautiful sight. What type of sizing will Scotland go with here?
1100.
think it was a little too high.
Wow.
Good hand.
Fucking Texas weather, dude. Some weird shit.
If you want to see something funny, we have the Scotland River Dance, which we are going to make into a clip, but I put it on my Instagram. If you want to check out one of the great moments in stream history, go to @SlickRickLodge on the Instagram at your leisure and check out the Scotland River Dance when he spiked an ace on the river after his aces were cracked on the flop from TJ, notorious TJ, and the river
Yeah.
brought the ace.
Aces for Jack, all
You
in
look like
threes.
somebody who was born and raised in Austin.
I sounds like literally just moved here.
You have the all-American face.
Doesn't he? He has like the all-American mindset.
Racer Nerd, you absolutely would be welcome to partner with Nick from Yuma on a future tag team event.
It's like I get that.
I would personally.
You need a prescription. But
Nick from Yuma is not actually a real person.
I'm beginning
He's
to
a
think that.
he's a robot,
Okay, but
and the robot's so smart that he hires people to pretend and send pictures of the so-called real Nick from Yuma, but he doesn't really exist. He's in the Matrix, stuck in the internet, every chat known to man, every channel.
Hello, Bianca. Jazzbo, hello. Time Traveler Poker, Rico Lives. Javier, thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday night. 662 in the live chat. That's all we need. We need 650 likes. If everybody in the live chat right now liked, we'll go to overtime for sure.
Lee McKenzie wants to have a championship belt. That'd be pretty hilarious. You win the night, you get the belt for the month.
I like it.
Like it.
Does everybody live here?
DQ travel, but he lives nearby.
Well, I'm not from here. How far from where you live? How far? I mean, originally from Puerto Rico. Well, from here, I know Puerto Rico. I've been there, but where is he from here? Oh, I'm military. Nice.
Sevens for Chaz going set mining, doesn't come, ace 9-3.
You were in Seoul, based in Seoul, or what? I was in where?
Nobody with an ace. Pair of nines for DQ, middle pair in the lead. Action's on him, and he's reaching for chips. Going for about half pot, it looks like.
You in the Navy?
A little bit of a rainbow-sized bet
Army,
here.
Navy?
Goes for more than half pot.
I believe it's
530.
530, yeah.
Nice bet, and that's going to take it down. Nobody has enough
A lot
to
of Puerto
continue.
Ricans enlist in the military.
Nice to see DQ win a couple
JROTC was
pots.
all Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he was a little, he couldn't play the whole time because he had a partner. Notorious TJ was on the felt a lot. So DQ, I think he was itching to get in. Put me in, coach, he kept saying on the
Yeah,
Wednesday.
DQ has a hard time
Yeah, my ex was. I dated
sitting on the sidelines. You know what I mean. He wants to be out there in the front,
Absolutely.
leading the
very
pack.
family-oriented.
Sparks and Boston Ronnie
Very tight.
have no VPIP. 0.0.
You know what it's like to be in the front, right?
I think that if you're not Puerto
In
Rican,
the
Of the
front.
pack,
Yeah.
because why?
Only the lead sled dog sees a change
Right.
of scenery.
Okay, you sure? You still got it. You're sharp. I tossed it up for you. You spiked it. That's a point for team sandwich. That's a point.
What, was
Nice.
she stab you off for cheating on her?
Yeah, Sparks.
you know, do the shit right.
Sparks. I've seen Sparks play quite a bit. Very talented, but a little bit snug. We're trying to loosen him up here on table 11.
One over there.
Under the
Puerto
lights.
Rican. He's not making it out alive.
Plenty of people want to play in these games, so
Never getting out of there.
see what happens. How Sparks treads tonight. Ronnie visiting from out of town, a WSOP bracelet winner back in 2012. I believe that was a limit hold'em event. But the 5 seeds is dangerous.
Yeah, the women of the lodge want to give a shout out to Lori and Paula. Both came back from a circuit event in Oklahoma, both with rings. Paula won the senior event, and Lori
Once you finish, you're like,
won a different event, and they both came back with rings. Those are the women of the lodge. They're badasses. Congratulations.
no, you never watched it. No.
King 9-6 Skittles on the flop. Nobody hit any of that. Ace still way in the lead.
Should have knew him like you got a new model.
Oh yeah, and Ruth 131K. She took a big. So 3 women who play here on the regular crushed it, representing the lodge well. And Paula said, "Hey, I got to tell you, we kept talking about the lodge when we were up there. Everybody knows all about the lodge." DQ hits the 5.
Yeah, everybody in Oklahoma should know about the lodge. They travel up there for tournaments. They'd be crazy not to know about what's off exit 251 here in Round Rock. A lot more to do around this poker club than over there at Choctaw Durant. Just saying.
Yeah, really, with all the tournaments we're going to be running on the monthly, and certainly next month, we'll talk a lot more about that later on with the Spring Mayhem series. Really, if you're in the area, and even if you're not in the area, it makes sense to come here. Deal with anything but a poker room. That's it.
Kids that are super pasty white, a little
No
overweight,
pits
and I'm going to have them go to
to
Rounders
trap
one day.
you.
Go,
Yes.
Daddy, Daddy!
Suck the
Pay
blood
their parents like
out
$100
of your
to go do
bankroll.
that.
Sparks with ace-5.
Sparks, welcome to the party, pal.
Anybody drinking other than you, Scott?
Welcome to the party, pal.
I've only brought alcohol. I only brought.
Opens on the button with an ace.
I drank the rest of them earlier.
I could have gone for the 3-bet there, but just elects the flat from the big blind with his suited ace-9 of hearts.
Josh Allen.
Oh no, I'm good.
That brings everybody along
I'm
now.
not asking for any. No, I need to find something too. Yeah, listen.
We probably have some.
AP gives us the flop. 6-4, queen, couple diamonds.
You might recognize AP from the Dealer Olympics.
Yeah.
Nice showing from him.
The ball back. It's going to get destroyed.
225.
Sparks going to use his image and also the power of position to apply pressure into 3 opponents. And that's going to get through, even though DQ, no, it's not. DQ has a pair. It's going to look him up. Should have known better than to award the pot to Sparks too soon. To the river we go. I believe this is going to go. Oh, still on the turn 10 of hearts. I thought Sparks checked as well, but he has not acted yet.
Look at DQ staring him down.
Goes check, check.
So 2-pair for DQ.
No reason for DQ to bet here. I don't think he needs to go for value. They're just going to check call mode. But he goes for 450, and that's going to shut it down. Sparks not going to make a move after checking turn. Going to take his time, save some face. Makes the call, ace high hero call. Wow.
He's got 6.
That's going to be good.
Oh.
Interesting, interesting.
Hey, I'll take it. Everybody over
two-pair-
here just knew I lost.
DQ. So we talked about the end of this month. Don't forget, folks, in a little over a month from now, the Spring Mayhem Series all starts on February 22nd with the senior event. And it'll run through March the 7th. We're giving away over, guaranteeing, I believe, $2.5 million over the course of
Takes a confident man to bet bottom
week
pair
and a
like
half,
that.
2 weeks. It includes a $500,000 guarantee, a
$300,000
$300,000 guarantee that's a mystery bounty tournament, and the main event, which starts with 8 flights, 2 on Wednesday the 2nd of March, 2 on Thursday the 3rd, 2 on Friday the 4th, and 2 on Saturday the 5th. That's a $1,200 buy-in, 1.5 million guarantee. So come on out, spend 2 weeks with us, and have some fun in our
Sparks
Spring
looking
Mayhem
to
series.
rebound here. Wakes up here with the jiggities.
I almost picked it up a few hands ago.
Still like Dos Hermanos, but we'll call them jiggities.
Oh, what a catch.
King 10-7, couple of hearts, a pair of kings for DQ.
DQ and Sparks going to tango in back-to-back hands here.
375? Question mark?
375 question mark.
375 question mark is the bet from DQ.
Hello, Bob Casey and Fig Nuts, Mitch Hecht, the Deli Man.
You guys are catching this ball in like -degrees.
And Sparks, not a believer in what DQ's bringing to the table here. Going to look him up. 375 makes the call. 9 of diamonds. Picks up a gutter to go along with his jacks. DQ first to act. Stare down is intense tonight.
That's my guy.
He's got a double gutter, a queen or an 8,
Yeah.
along with a jack,
I love that. How you play fantasy football?
are all winners for Sparks.
I love that.
Sparks' face,
It's hard to break him down, man.
trying to decipher the puzzle.
The big fucking guy.
Is he known for getting yards with his feet?
Yeah.
Really?
Probably the second best rusher.
Looks like Sparks playing drums on the rail here.
Look,
And he is leaning on making a call, makes the call. So
Lamar Jackson.
DQ and Sparks' head here. DQ with the best hand. Can he survive?
Oh, the queen!
Does not.
It's like all the fish I've wanted to the brother.
Chop, chop!
It's like these things have to just be like.
And DQ perhaps worried of the hearts.
Lamar Jackson, Colin Murray, Lamar Jackson probably better.
Will Sparks try and steal this one or be satisfied?
Josh Allen's right there. With
Probably confident he has the best hand with the jack, so I imagine a value bet of about half pot is coming.
No, that's a big ass fat bummer.
850 and a call.
And we're going to chop it up.
But I had a king kicker.
Chop City, and Sparks got out of that one.
You know what?
You know, it would be interesting.
What's that?
We have a game, and all the players agree before the game starts. Whenever there's a chop pot, the dealer just instantly rips 2 cards off the top of the deck. High card wins the whole pot.
Wow.
No chops allowed.
Wow, a no chop zone.
What do you think?
I don't know if the players would go for it.
Why not?
They could. No chop zone. I like that.
No chop zone.
Wow. Always thinking we're innovators.
Might need to put that on Clarence.
Yes.
Clarence back out there, and whenever Clarence says, the players don't have a choice.
Clarence hasn't been earning his money. He needs.
What's the matter, dog? You embarrassed? This guy's a gangster. His real name is Clarence.
Shout out to Matty J, who's in the live chat.
What do you think, chat? Let's leave it up to the chat. 1 if you like it, 2 if you don't. An early vote for the no chop zone. If you want to see that, chat rules everything around us here. They are the ultimate deciders. 1 if you want to see a no chop zone. 2 if that's just a little bit too much.
Looks like it's a lopsided game over there.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this.
I wish we could just hold him to a fucking field goal there. Doesn't look like.
A lot of players like it.
Yeah, he does, dude. He did, man.
Yeah, they'd rather be playing than sitting, right?
I'm only calling because now I've got them flying
We should play
odds.
fucking basketball and fucking
Not
Lot
because
of
I've got a
ones.
good hand or anything like
Yes.
that.
the ball hit your fucking
I'm gonna check start.
A lot of ones.
We have Slick Rick's Dirty Diaper Hand in the chat tonight. Hello, Slick Rick's Dirty Diaper Hand. Good mix of players on the felt, he says.
Couple 2s.
I really don't get that shit.
What's that card? 3-way.
What is it? You're tough. You're playing fucking NFL football, dude. You're tough. Like, you're good, man. You've already proven it.
Yeah.
Now get warm.
Caesar makes a rather large bet, 450, with his ace queen suited.
Yeah, no shot, dude.
I think Racer Nerd by accidentally just blocked Matty J.
Oh, what a run. I need Josh Allen to run it in.
He might have done it on purpose.
Okay.
But sure.
I'm going against the Buffalo defense. That's my only thing. I think New England's scored something.
Matty J, my mistake. So Raciner will get that fixed, I'm sure.
High
800.
bets 800 and will take it down with his pair of 8s.
What do you think? Should we go out
And
there
the
on
smile.
the dealer chain? Well, maybe we should start that, the no chop zone on a Monday or Wednesday.
It's up to you.
Let it build.
I don't think it's fair for the players to change the game. Although we have done that in the past.
If they all vote.
Yeah. Big Daddy Chaz with
Go
the
out
11.
there and ask.
Ask. You might as well
If
ask.
there's one objection, we won't do it. In the future, they won't have a choice.
Skull Mike going to the felt to ask an important question. Do you want a no chop zone at this table? Let's see what the players say. High with Big Slick suited. Says, I just won a big hand. Try another. Makes it 175.
Yeah.
I like it. Backhand. Start opening it up.
Another score? Good God.
You look familiar. I think I played with you before.
Never.
Yeah, you get that face, bro. I'm telling you.
Probably because it's on the wall.
Is that the most wanted? Have you played in Vegas?
Yeah, but only at the big game.
Played the World Series of Poker? You gonna play tournaments?
Nope, don't ever play tournaments. I only play in.
There's a picture of the
Legends
Lodge
stuff.
camp.
At,
Lots
100,
happening
200.
tonight. Back on the action.
You act
on
like I've
the
never
felt.
played that big before.
No, I was just saying that I haven't played with you there, so.
Have you? Only in the big game, bro. I've never played with you before. I've seen you in the kiddie games down the street, so I don't know what you're talking about. No, I've played that big, but I've never played that big in Bobby's.
I'm not from here. I'm from San Antonio Boulevard area.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, DQ.
Nice to meet you, man. So he's a wanted son. Look for him. I like that. DQ.
What you buy in?
Watch Poker Club presents. DQ.
You can do less, but it's always so funny because when you buy in for less, there's always certain pros over there who have to triple whatever the hell he's buying for. So you may be sitting there for 20 or 30,000, but there's always 2 or 3 guys with like 80, 90 grand.
On to the next hand. Remember the overtime number tonight, 650 on or before 10:30.
Intimidation.
We'll give you overtime joke of the night at 9:15. One if you like it, 2 if you don't. Everyone knows the rules.
Blind off.
Ronnie is actually from Boston. He's from Brockton, Mass. Brockton, Mass.
You can't even chop the blinds because of the straddle. Chaz doesn't chop anyways. Chaz doesn't chop.
Big Daddy with 8-9 suited. Raises to 100. Over to J-Win. With a 9-10 offsuit. Comes along. Heads up.
Heads up.
All diamond flop.
Above me.
J-Win with the
Over
8-9.
there, here, and cold here.
It's fucking freezing.
Go here, here.
I'm fucking shaking over here.
Raise 225. Thank you.
So Skull Mike, fresh back from his long trip to the Felt, and
So, it's a no-go tonight.
no go.
We had some objections at the table, but in the future, I told them it might be mandatory.
It might be.
So
no
beware.
jump
See
zone.
that? And then sometimes, yeah.
We need to get one of those crossing
Yeah.
signs,
Oh.
chop with a line through it.
It's a big ante too. I'm pretty sure it'll get played.
Yes.
Some players were totally down for it. Some were not.
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah. 45 to go. Month and a half ago, non-stop. 80.
If you're new here, say hello in the chat. Of course, subscribe to the channel. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Saturday night, the big game here, 5-10-25, uncapped buy-in structure.
Four ways to a flop. Here we go. 7 tray queen Skittles. Pair of queens for Jay.
Got a little chilly, didn't it?
Some more coffee.
Good idea.
Matty J. Bring back Matty J here.
250.
250 is the bet from Jay Wynn. Open ender for DQ. He's coming along. Also for driver.
Fucking hurt your hands
Easy
and flop
favorite.
that.
Missed extra point.
Yep.
We got blocked.
Got blocked.
Big Daddy folds.
It did
4 of
fucking turn
spades.
like dude. Little Arctic blast.
And Jay Wynn's queen. It's going to be good enough for his win as long as he stays in.
Gregory, your food is up front. Gregory, your food is up front.
Wager, 750.
Wager.
Unknown Prodigy. Uncapped means the player could buy in for any amount he wants. So normally, a lot of the time on our streams, we have maybe we might have a 1,000 cap where the players can initially buy in for 1,000. In this game, they could buy in for whatever they wanted to buy in for. Could buy in for 100,000 if they wanted
Called a
to.
mystery father.
No.
Sure, let's
That works
go.
too.
Promiscuous.
Oh, I thought you said mystery father.
Yeah.
25 is mystery, so it's almost like a
Oh, 3. Look at this.
Oh,
Whoa, nice.
5100.
Yeah. Fucking Zach Gilvanoff from Hangover.
But it has to be like something obscene, like 3 or 4 games.
933 of you in the live chat. We appreciate each and every one of you. 45 minutes into the show.
Yeah. Have you not played there yet?
Honestly,
Getting better though.
Hey, no excuse on you.
Yeah.
I know.
Fucking go.
Get in there. I've actually seen a lot of track.
Here comes the flop.
Like with no traffic.
All
I
spades,
guess
3,
with
4,
no traffic.
5.
I like to go to round.
Both players with a pretty high spade in their hand. I think this could be trouble. Spade on the turn. We could have fireworks here.
God forbid I leave at like 4 or 5 p.m.
Big bet at 400.
Bring the life, dude. Just play some
A wheel draw and a spade draw.
We were in there once, and the game was amazing. I was just like, holy shit. It was like a bunch of fire
I
every
don't
day.
think DQ's going anywhere. He's going to see this turn. He's going to raise it on up.
There's no alternative. You
A
get all sorts
stack
of
of black chips go in the middle. Raise it to 1,500.
No, I don't say that like it's happening every night.
No.
Driver's going to fold. There you go.
Wanted dead or alive. this guy.
DQ. Making a great play.
Oh, yeah.
Like 125?
Straddling up 1 point.
yeah. That couldn't have been a better straddle for me if I tried. Oh my gosh.
Carlo, you never know what,
I'm not saying I should
what you
have
could
called
get. Who knows who's
Then
going to
when the
play on
clock
that
down,
100, 200
yeah.
game. You never know.
Yeah, we also it's actually badass.
That's coming on the
simulators are.
Saturday, the
You
29th,
have to be dealt in
which is 2 weeks from tonight, the first ever 100, 200 game with Doug Polk hosting that game on the felt. Skull and I will be in the booth, and I'm sure we'll try to get Brad and Andrew in at some point that night to talk.
And then surprisingly, like everyone's
They're going to be here all week.
I got so close. So close, but it wasn't there.
Missed it last Monday, almost coming up on 2 weeks. About 12 days ago, it was announced that some folks bought into the lodge and are new partners of some of the existing owners. Chief among them, the names at the top of the list that you will all know:
Jeremy, what was the buy-in for this?
Doug Polk, Brad Owen, Andrew Nini, all in the ownership group now of the lodge. So, along with a lot of others, but those are the ones that everybody probably recognizes most.
He got the sit. He's ready now.
That was amazing.
50 to call. Since I've been sitting long enough, I've got 2 suited cards. I'm going to raise to 150. Driver with another decent start.
No, I'm just trying to put pieces together.
Yeah, he raised.
Jalen with ace-9 of hearts will make the call.
I have to like piece this together. The under the gun raises and 2 people call before I look at my cards. I got to figure out what my range has to be.
I like it.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That was the range.
You qualified, huh?
I qualified. It turns out I did have 2 cards. Come on.
These are making a move here.
Really? Really? You're so full of
So
shit.
many spots here that
Someone's gonna call you.
Scotland elected.
I didn't say I was going to 800. I just thought somebody's going to call you. I know you're going to show up.
Scotland goes for the
It's goddamn 7 dudes. Oh, you goddamn other.
You like it.
after this.
Get ready then.
Get it ready then. Oh, here's the sheriff. Get him. Get him.
What is going on, Mac Jones?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he was in the.
Can I even fold?
You're right. They all. He was in the shot.
Can I even fold? Like, look, just so you know, I am a bad poker player. No one else folds that. No one else folds that. This is an idiot.
Your shirt says fucking call on it.
I know.
Your shirt says call, dude.
I know. I've got it right here. Oh my god.
7-6
Of course,
deuce
Rainbow,
Skittles.
they all had suited aces there.
It's my poker
Back
and chill
doors
shirt.
for Driver and Jalen. Not the flop that Scotland wanted to see, but he's the one who started this mess. And he's first to act with a pot at 2.7. I'd like to see a small C-bet here. Something along the lines of about 950, but he might just elect to shut down here because there's really no backdoor. But he could rep a hand like 9s, 8s, 10s.
You keep
that would
looking
make
at me,
this
but I don't
no
have
free,
any
so
Okay,
I'd like to see a bet of about 900 here
Huh?
and hope that it gets through. But Scotland taking
Since
a
no one
lot
else
of
here
time.
right here, I'm just going to assume it's mine.
This guy lives with limb rollers everywhere. One in his bathroom, one he's right backpack, brings one with him.
I got miniatures. I got.
I bet you do.
The longer he tanks, the more
This
I'm
shirt is
leaning that he's going to check it. Something along the lines of 850 to 900 is what you want to see.
Hey, it's you take all the time you want.
Goes for 12. I like it. And will Jaywin sniff this out with overs in position, some backdoor potential, not the worst spot for a float, and try to make moves on the turn in later streets, but he surrendered.
There you go. Would you just run? Show me a 9 on the turn, please. Just how donkey I am. Okay. Oh, maybe I did.
I believe I was good.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We do have a couple
According to the
finds
chips
now,
right here,
and
you
we're
are.
still fine-tuning it, but we're letting a lot of folks hear the table talk. That gentleman standing up right there, right in the middle of the picture, came from New Jersey, pulled me aside, said, Slick Rick, can I take a selfie with you? I just want to let you know. I saw the live stream. I loved the lodge so much.
You tell him to sit down.
No,
There you
friend.
go. You're like,
Down
get
in
it ready.
front.
I'm like, oh,
There you go.
the reverse
He's the friend.
psychology.
All the way from New Jersey.
There's no stretching at a poker tournament.
Sorry.
There's no
My
stretching.
guess is somebody's already had it,
This isn't
but they
yoga
screwed up the hand
studio.
and they had to fold, so we just haven't had to pay.
$999 if you're in the live chat. Let's get to that 1,000. Somebody else click on.
Overtime number is 650, folks. So if you want bonus poker tonight, you need to get to 650. If you get to that early, double overtime is a possibility. It's all in your hands, folks.
Always is. Always is. Ace, king, 8, couple spades. Spades, nut, a pair of aces with the nut spade draw for Sparks. Wow.
Wager 150.
Pretty darn good flop.
That's it.
Queen of diamonds. 9 outs for DQ. Some of those are obviously chop outs. There's a queen. So we're gonna have another chop. If you're, let's see if somebody makes a bet here. Aces and
Ace.
queens with
Minus 6 to go.
Hey,
kicker.
choppers. That's what I was hoping for, was a queen.
So
I was thinking,
chop
man,
zone.
I might need a queen here.
We just ripped 2 off the top.
Spades.
High card gets the whole pot.
Each
Nice
player
job.
gets a card and they
Now
deal
listen, when you
to
have
see
that
who
many
has the
outs,
highest.
yeah, well, it's gonna
Baccarat
come.
sweat.
Come on.
Exactly. But so be it. It's a
I need
chop.
to have like 3 outs for me to be good.
Oh.
I like that. Give each player and they peel.
I don't know if the wizard would like that. Probably tweak out that they're breaking the
Oh,
card.
Chess, it's your super
We'd
shadow.
like it. Or maybe we have a separate deck.
Yeah.
A separate deck on the side just
There
for
it
the no
is.
chop
There
zone.
it is.
Where the
Yeah.
players
Not
can
asking for
really
more than
sweat
that.
it
He's a little
and
too
break
crazy.
the cards that they want. Like the high roller room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, that's good.
Like we saw Sai do one day at the
You need
Venetian.
Skull
boy,
Mike
now
in
for
here to
side.
do like a $200 straddle or something. The other
Love
night we
that
had this
guy.
tag team event. Skull Mike and Slick Rick were on a team or whatever else. And Skull Mike just basically ran over the table and didn't allow Rick to come and play. Like Rick played for like 2 or 3 times, and Rick made some decisions that Mike didn't like, and the next thing you know, there goes Rick. Gone.
There you go. That's the story of Wednesday night. All true except
don't
for
know.
the part that I wasn't
Oh, yeah.
upset that I didn't play.
No, you could do it. So, and I don't know if Mike ended up chopping it with Rick at the end of it because there was so much money. But we had this strategy. I had TJ with me, and we had this strategy that if we could isolate Rick
wanna hear
just
the
one
strategy.
time, we were going to tag in every single street. And then I ended up getting aces, and
You did.
Diaz calls and this other type player calls, and I go, I don't know what to do. So I tagged in TJ, and he's like, wait, what's going on? He didn't know what was going on. Nothing. He looks at aces. He makes a bet. Got a call. He tags me in. We went all the way to the river. It was pretty funny.
So
There you go. That's
Yeah,
the story.
we stacked somebody on that. But then my partner turned around and decided to be a philanthropist the rest of the night.
What guy, dude?
He was a great guy.
100.
A lot of people are
100,
grateful
and we
for
are
him.
playing the 7 deuce game.
No more
Jay
than
Wynn
Scotland over here.
has a
Still reason
chance here to
Scotland-
collect 100
Scotland's
from
like,
each
"No, I'm
player
not-
if it gets all the way
no,
through."
I'm not playing. I'll say I'm not money.
It's not
And then all of a
good.
sudden
It's not
after
good.
Wednesday, he's like, "Oh look, I got a lot of money."
That was amazing. That was an amazing Scottish accent. I heard. That was amazing.
Driver wakes up with kings.
And like there was one hand where we had jacks and they had
3 bets
aces,
to 400.
and we flop a jack. So TJ just starts yelling. So I come running over, and then on the river, an ace.
That was a good moment.
I know it was a good moment. It was like,
I
oh,
think Jay Wynn
shit.
just surrenders.
It was funny.
He's reaching for
Or
chips.
not.
He's
That
He's
was
got
one
heart.
of the
He's going
more
to battle for
fun
the
hands.
hands we go.
That was good.
I had so much fun.
That was, yeah, that was
bonus
good.
Yeah, cool.
The guys thought that they didn't have like as good a format, but I told them it was actually
Oh,
a
it was
lot of
perfect.
fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. The only thing that they should have done was let us talk more, and
EQ
quiet
wants
down a
to
little bit
talk
because
more. Shocker.
the stuff going on at the table
Breaking
was
news.
funnier with Norm and Chad and Ron McCarron.
Yeah.
You know, Norm just had like one-liners after one-liners, zingers after zingers. It was at one point in
You know
time.
who's not interested
like,
in EQ
I
story
forgot
right
who
now?
called. It was somebody called.
Driver or
and he
Jay
didn't
Wynn?
like it, so
Exactly.
he had a plan. He literally picked up the cards, put them in a
$600
doggy bag,
seabed.
tied
What
it up,
will
and
Jay
threw
Wynn
the
do?
cards away.
yeah.
He goes, "These are shit." And he took them and threw them.
Wow.
He's
His background as a comedian, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's
admire
funny.
the heart.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
see Jay Wynn here
hilarious.
making a play. Too dangerous. Oh my goodness, Jay Wynn. The gloves are off tonight. Jay Wynn's coming to play, folks.
Ooh, reaching for a banana.
1.5.
And
1,500.
Driver says, "This is my table." Have you not watched the past couple of weeks, Jay Wynn? I've only won about $40,000 here. That's me, seat one.
I love the heart from Jay Wynn, though.
$60 into like
Trying to
800.
will
Oh
it
my
down.
God! And Rick folded. And it was there was a
There's the
ton
call.
of money in the hand.
Oh, it's so good.
Now this pot
Norm
is
bets
bloated.
like $60 into like an
You
$800 hand or
left
something.
$10 behind.
Jack of
Yeah,
spades here
and Rick
changes
just thinks
nothing.
about it.
Jay
And
Wynn
Rick
telling the
folds.
story of perhaps
And Mike comes running.
fours.
Get out of there! They're not playing anymore.
maybe a
Who the
Jack
hell
10 that would take
folds
this
that?
line. Perhaps overs with clubs.
Yeah, it was actually quite a fun thing because you could tag your
And
partner
Jay Wynn
whenever you
slows
wanted.
down now.
Sometimes people went like a whole orbit. Sometimes they did it faster.
Sick, so
I was calling it garbage and then swapping in for TN.
Right.
He was looking down.
straight
like,
draws all
Look
around,
at you.
but
Yeah.
Driver is going to win as long as he stays in.
That's
to
awesome.
fuck with him.
Does Jay Wynn have the,
No.
Like, God damn it.
is he shut down
Yes.
completely?
Yes, he's shutting down.
Yeah.
Y'all ended up okay. Oh, good hand.
That's why we play
Good
it.
hand. Big hand.
That goes down as
Biggest hand of the night.
tried. Showed tremendous effort.
And Jay Wynn going for the reload.
We get checks 11 under the lights.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
I mean, them.
There's your cumulative winning. Scotland up 3,600. Jay Wynn down 1,600. Big Daddy Chaz down 1,500. Scotland just finds a way to win.
Shout out to Doug in the chat. Perhaps him and Lamborenzo won the most on Wednesday. I don't know. It's debatable. I feel like I won a decent amount. We ran the first 5-5-10 meetup game yesterday. We had two full tables. I was like, playing a game every Friday at the lodge starting at 2 p.m. And of course, you're not going to want to miss out the final Saturday of the month for the 100, 200.
I think you wanted a straddle. It was a straddle?
Yeah, the straddle. If that's straddle. Or the 2 lanes in time.
Well, I mean, that's tricky because you have to work this card.
We allow it.
We'll call it a blind raise.
We'll allow it. We allow it.
Thanks for hopping in, Doug. We'll see you this week at the lodge. Wednesday and Fridays are when you can find Doug Polk definitely here at the Lodge Mahal, playing on the felt and
Jeremy.
in the stream.
Jeremy, how pissed would you be if we put a side bounty on your head that somebody knocks out the tournament? Right now.
DQ talking to the final couple tables of the Art of Poker. He sees Jeremy, who's a live stream regular, still in the tournament.
Well, that'd make the tournament just a little bit more fun. And the
Somebody's going to walk out of here with $14,000, the winner of the Art of Poker. 300 some odd entries.
He gets his own bounty. You know?
Prize pool doubled the guarantee.
Raise 75.
Guarantee of 30 and went over 60. There you go. Almost a record. Came within three of setting an all-time record for the Art of Poker. High with the queens.
Raise
300. And Scotland, no stranger to one another here.
25
Sparks.
minutes.
A little flat here with the hand that has a lot of playability. And High says, let's play for a little bit more. Juices on up $700 more to an even 1,000.
$9.99 Super Chat. Lodge Mahal Championship belt. It's definitely a winning idea.
All right. How about that, Chaz?
Love that, dude. I don't know how much he loves this.
So for those of you that don't know, in case Rick and Mike are talking, there is a tournament going on behind us. It is a phenomenal turnout. And one of the players usually plays in the live stream with us, but he couldn't play with us because he's still in the tournament. So I decided to offer the entire tournament a bounty equal to what their buy-in was if they could knock him out in the next 2 rounds.
Well, that was, I guess, our third commentator, DQ, just taking the microphone off the Velcro from the table and talking into it.
Did that the other night, too.
Did that the other night.
See, Jeremy, they thought you just got up and left for 2 rounds.
9 Jack.
Really expected.
What's that? I don't know how to determine I mean, it's going to be funny unless it's not going to be. But I know at least Aaron's going for him.
1,000 in the chat.
Aaron's over there like, give it to me.
I still
I did.
The lead
Through level
over
19,
for Sparks.
$250 if they knock them out. We got 40 minutes. 40 minutes. 41 minutes. Put a bounty.
$10 won't help Sparks.
Decent flop here for Sparks.
That's kind of
get involved
having
to
a
a
good
large
time.
pot
There's a
like
real
this.
hand going on over here.
What?
Good hand. Good hand.
He does not want to continue. Gives high for a made hand, which he did have.
I have no idea what you had.
No idea.
I know it wasn't 7.
I know it wasn't.
15 minute call.
The only thing I know is what he didn't
If you
have.
like it too, if you don't, everyone knows. That'll come at 9:15 Central Time. Just looking in, Bianca with the $9.99 Super Chat. Thanks for Saturday's entertainment. Rick and Mike, y'all are the real MVPs. Also smash the like and subscribe button. Chatsville, thank you, as always, Bianca. Saw her and her husband last night playing in the Friday Freeze-Out. Great
Go on YouTube.
Dave
Go on
and
YouTube.
Bianca.
Well, we'll find out soon.
Yeah, probably better.
281 likes. So less than halfway there
For no reason.
with about an hour and 25 minutes to go.
Raise 130.
Is that a good flop for you, or
yeah, which
a good flop? Very good, or
Mark
just
Well,
gone.
he either
Be
had
more
ace, king
specific
of clubs or
about
queens
Mike
with
levels. What are you
yeah, with the
hearing
queen
or not
clubs.
hearing that
Something.
and
we should look at? We're always going to get better, so don't just say that. Tell us what's wrong with
He
it.
had, so 10 gives him a straight.
A9
Jack.
I'll come out.
Right.
10 on straight.
Straight draw, flush draw, everything.
Gasco says he feels the table mic is a bit too loud. Well, we'll take a look at it. 3 outs for Cesar.
I had ace queen.
Should it?
280.
No.
What are these for? Huh?
Just in case.
Case what?
John G says the table volume is
Yeah,
at least
it
twice
is.
as
You're right.
loud as us. So, okay, we'll take a look at it. We'll let the wizard know. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for. See, that's how we do it. You guys tell us what's wrong, and we'll fix it. Uh-oh. We got a $100.
About time.
Yeah.
Call that a double straddle or a triple straddle? Because the 25 is usually. Are we doing 510?
It's over first half.
That's the over? Oh my gosh.
Just 510. So we've got a triple straddle for 100.
I would have thought the
No,
whole
no,
game
in the
would
half,
have been
first
more
half.
than 34.
No, first half.
I would have bet the whole game would have been more than 34.
Yeah, because it was so cold. I mean, a lot of shops have money in the over though, which is funny. But
I can say have a lot of people bet this one under.
if there's 2 teams in order playing the cold, it's these 2
Yeah,
teams.
this one team.
You know, Minnesota with, Green Bay, these 2 teams, Seahawks.
No problem. Let us know If that made any difference here, we made a little change. Better, says John Schwarzbauer.
Yep, I'm also not saying as much. Staying a little bit more quiet tonight. Table's pretty talkative, so.
Yeah, we got players taking mics off the table.
Yes.
How's that trick up?
That may be a bit in our show, DQ's monologue, where he just rips the microphone off the table and starts chatting.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
See the whole situation?
I did.
That's the crazy shit.
DQ with the 9 deuce.
Tell us.
Tell us what? That you're playing trash?
Say tell us or fellas?
Tell us. He wants to hear a story, but he's bluffing here with 9 high. King of spades on the river. Will high make this call on the river with just a pair of 4s? Looks like he's ready to fold. Shows it. He folds. DQ's going to show him. He's not.
Oh, he doesn't. 9 high like a boss for DQ.
DQ would flip that one over.
The guy who's all in. Right? The guy
who's all in.
Oh, this one touch it, huh? Oh shit, the guy
Yeah.
The guy who the Asian guy? Yeah.
No, this one the
He's actually hilarious.
yeah, Chinese.
Oh.
He fell over there.
The guy opposite, the guy said,
There's the
okay, I
V-pip.
agree.
Oh shit, too
So he's like, all right, turn over my
DQ
cards,
leading the way.
turns it up.
Don't think he's ever played in a game where he wasn't at the top or at least second in the V-pip. Ronnie down at the bottom comes all the way from
There
Boston.
was a lot of new
6% V-pip. Come on, Ronnie.
But still, he shouldn't ever reach out and touch the other guy.
Agreed.
Oh, so he grabbed his card.
He grabbed his card. They
He put this
He's all
one.
in.
Ronnie used to in football games.
Make a difference anyway.
Did they kill
Yeah,
the
he's
deal?
from Boston. He knows. He's got a bet on it. Talked to him earlier.
He put this one over this one.
Wow.
He picked one. No, he said no.
You have to watch the clip. The whole clip is like, the guy's just, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I want to watch it
When
now.
the floor gets involved.
What
Big
day?
Daddy
Last Monday?
raised to 150 with his ace
Was it
deuce
last
suited.
Monday? Was it last Monday?
Jay went stuck a little bit. It's going to use the button
Where at?
and get after
Also?
it here. So Jay went being pretty creative tonight, not afraid to get after it, regretting to 550. Tired of being in the red.
Awfully far away and a lot of. Did you see what I did, Mike? I put
Poker
a bounty
Bunny in the
on
chat.
Jeremy
Hello, Poker Bunny. Coming
for
to the lodge soon.
$250. That if anybody knocks
See
him
you
out through
soon,
round
Poker
19.
Bunny.
How much is that?
550.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. Cool.
3-bet to 550 from Jaywin.
I checked dark. Whoa!
Big Daddy.
Mikey's walking around with the bottle.
Huge
over
pot coming along. 1,700.
there. Oh, you got
Pre-flop.
This one.
Check dark.
You see?
Yeah.
Jack 6. Couple diamonds.
Wow.
Diamond
Just
draw
grabbed
for
his
Big Daddy
card.
Chaz.
Going to have a C-bet from Jaywin. I imagine 1/3 pot here. Probably something along the lines of about 600.
It's the Asian guy
Let's be honest with you. He play over there.
Jaywin goes for 600 on the head.
Jaywin dead to the 10 of clubs right now.
Chaz going nowhere. Only has about 2. I think he reloaded. I'm not sure. Might even re-raise here. He does. Rips it. Nice play there from Chaz. And he takes it down.
Ace 10 of diamonds.
Jack's on 11.
Yeah, they're looking at another video next to the mic.
It's a little out there.
Well, we're going to talk over that because we don't want any other live stream being broadcast on our live stream. So there you go. We love all the live streams, but we can't have them broadcast on our live stream.
Dealer draws out
Skull Mike is out there right
cards
now
who's ever involved in the pot.
asking the
High card
table
takes the whole pot. No chop zone. It's a no chop zone.
about the no chop zone. And you saw it real time.
When we come back, it's going to be something that Mike started, for sure.
This might be mandatory in the future, but tonight it's a vote. I don't know about that. Okay, so no go? No go.
I would have said yes.
Anthony Chester with his back turned
He'll go for the night. Bring the
to us. The
future.
tournament director here at the Lodge Hall does a fine job.
Hey, Mike, you should bring Clarence out and spin it, because the 7 deuce hasn't happened. Bring it out and spin it.
That's hilarious.
Is it named for the wheel?
Yeah, Clarence.
Ace 10
Well, the
of
chop up is for you guys when you have the ace check of spades and ace
diamonds.
the only chop I've seen.
Usually never turn somebody else's cards, especially when it's live hands.
Told him.
Do not do that.
Sorry, folks, that you're hearing the volume, but there we go. We've got somebody with a cell phone right next to one of our cable microphones. And there you see that same cell phone.
Ball game.
Well, now it's over for sure.
That's going to stop here in the future. Just lay down the hammer. 999.
I didn't feel it.
Yeah. Just in case, I guess there's no way you can run it. Maybe possibly there's more better chance to fumble and they take it in. I guess that's what you
What about the decision to kick the field goal by the Raiders, dude?
270. Yeah. I was at the game.
You can't just.
Yeah, what was
That's
the
awesome.
Yeah, I was at the game.
His hand's either dead or he flips the card.
Oh, that is true.
We're about 3 minutes away. After next hand, we'll do joke of the night.
Go for it right now.
Joke of the night. One if you like it, two if you don't. Everyone knows the rules. A professional gambler gets an email from the IRS saying, we need to see you, we need to audit you. So the guy brings his lawyer with him, sits down at the auditor's office. As they're talking, the guy says, hey, look, I'm a professional gambler. You want to make a wager? I'll bet $1,000 I can bite my own eye.
I've never been
The auditor from the IRS isn't a gambler, but he says, I'll take that bet. And sure enough, professional gambler takes his false eye out of his mouth and bites it. There's a $1,000 win for the gambler.
Well, he does. He reaches over and he
don't worry,
turns
I'll
over
give you a
and
chance
he
to
goes,
earn your
"I
money
didn't touch
back.
his
I bet
card."
you another $1,000 that I can bite my other eye.
It's like
The auditor
right
says, there's
there.
no way he has two false eyes, so I'll take that bet. Sure enough, the gambler takes his dentures out and bites his other eye.
At a brutal place.
Now the auditor's down $2,000. Finally, the guy says, look, I'll let you have it all back. I'll bet you $5,000 that I could spit from here into the trash can over your desk
You touch my card,
without
flip it over, you're gonna
touching
go
your
through my
desk.
security guy.
Auditor looks and says, that's 20 feet away. I'll take that bet for $5,000. Guy stands up and spits and lands right in the middle of his desk. And the auditor jumps up and down that he just won $5,000. And the attorney is all glum, looking really sad. Auditor says, what's the matter? I just won all my money back plus $3,000. Auditor says, you don't understand. Right before we walked in, I bet him $20,000 that he could spit on your desk and you'd be happy about it. There you go. There's the joke of the night. One if you like it, two if you don't. A little bit long. Working hard for you with the higher audio on the table. It's hard for me to concentrate. Gonna have to work this out.
Aaron, next hand, let's do a bump up.
There you go.
Just
That's
did. We gotta do something.
Single board if we do the bump on it.
few ones, few twos. Of course, E. McKenzie, Stephen Reisman give me the twos. That's fine. They wouldn't know comedy if it bit them on their ass. Lots of ones. Chat Pro gives me a 2. That hurts. Skull Mike 1.7. Derek Myers gives me a couple 2s. Vote only once, people. You know this. Derek Myers gives me 4 more 2s. There you go, Derek. Follow the instructions. Big Nut says it's sacrifice fly tonight. Can't all be home runs, folks.
That's exactly what it was. It was a sacrifice fly. You got put out there on stage a little early. Some players at the table on speed, perhaps, Adderall.
Bump out's good.
Can't stop speaking.
One board?
No, but
only be one board, yeah.
And he delivered. It was long.
Are we playing 7
But
deuce on this?
we got a bomb pot going on.
Probably
$50 a head.
Probably PLO, yeah, no.
I don't know. It's only single board, right?
Single board PLO, right?
Yes, there's many variations of that joke.
Yeah, PLO.
I cleaned it up a little
Single
bit.
board PLO. You can't.
Single board
Because it's
PLO
green.
bomb pot coming.
Single board PLO.
Thank you
I know,
for
but
those
I'm just,
who
you
gave
know.
me the 1. And thank you for those who gave me the 2
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you participate.
Absolutely.
They can't all be great jokes, folks. As I told Norman
Got
on
28
Wednesday,
minutes
Norman
to go for
Chad, I
somebody
said,
to collect
look,
on that bounty against Jeremy.
how many jokes do you know, Norman? You're a funny guy. Honestly, if you had to guess how
I'm
many
actually going to
jokes
feel
you
really
actually
bad if
know,
somebody collects on that.
What did he say? He said-
multiply that
he said
times
none.
140.
No, I suggested
And
bomb
could
pot
you
down
do
there,
it?
but
He
no one
says
said anything, so I
that's
waited.
tough, but he says if you tell people you're going to give a joke of the night, you better damn well come with a joke of the night. He's right. That's what I do. I try. That's all I can do. Remember, you must use 2 and only 2 from your hand in this great game we know as Omaha. We're doing a single board bomb pot, and we got a set of deuces for Scotland. And usually what happens here is we ask players to scan their cards to make sure we get all of them.
I'm working on it.
All the way back to.
That's the hard part about PLO. Double the amount of cards to scan here, but now we got it going. Cards are warm. And let's see what everybody has here. Looks like DQ has the stranglehold. Did he get away? He bets 300 here.
Heads up.
He's got the flush draw, an ace. Queen 10 currently the nuts. Nobody has it. Scotland here, 2 pair. Goes check, check. To a river we go. 3 of diamonds. Scotland has
Oh, no.
Set.
That's a lot of money.
Set of deuces.
set of deuces. That's correct.
My dumb ass at requesting.
That gives DQ 2 pair aces and 3s, and he's going to pay it off, and Scotland's
Oh,
going
a
to
set
get
of
paid.
deuces. That's good. I got 2 pair.
Thank you, Fig Nuts. I think the world of you too.
Hey, Arts as well. Yes, look.
Eric Narenberg says Norman Chad has many jokes as Rick has Tommy Bahama shirt.
Everything. Yeah.
It was funny to see Norman Chad and Lon McCarron's interaction with one another. They obviously have spent many, many hours together. They were like an old married couple at times. But it was funny. Great guys.
Yeah, a lot of years in the bunker together, 20 plus.
You know,
So good
I
chemistry.
with the 600 I just lost.
It was just shockingly funny
900
how
I just lost.
Norman Chad got picked for that. Didn't know poker. Wrote about
Tell them to
television
bring
for
out
the
clearance.
one of the Washington newspapers, and just kind of found a way. He says, you know, I really don't know much about poker. They said, well,
But then when I turned
have you
to
ever
2
played?
pair,
He
then I
said,
had
of
ace
course.
queen,
Then
so when the king
you got the
came
job.
out, 10 comes
It
out,
was that easy.
you know,
Stumbled upon
there
it.
was, yeah,
Stumbled
there was-
upon it, and
Oh, you 2 pair as well. You 2.
We haven't decided if we're going to do it now or
We haven't decided. Well, a lot of us want to do every round, but one person said no. We're being respectful, so we requested clearance.
yeah, Derek, you want a lot of things, but sometimes you don't get them all, everything you want. Vulcan says, glad to see Scotland take a pot before I leave. Good night, people. From all over across the pond, Vulcan Urquhart from Scotland.
DQ pair of 5s on the button with all this action in front of him. It's okay to lay it down. But he looks to be carving out 4 betting chips, and that's going to be just what Big Daddy Chaz wants to hear. DQ zigging when he should be zagging. Scotland with the 7 deuce, but he's not going to play that. Wisely gets away. And now a decision for Chaz. How will he play this?
David Yu for 125 kilo.
Might elect to rip it. Could go for the 5 bet. First to act, so he might, you know, make this 2K. Don't mind a 5 bet to about 2.1 maybe. And he just rips it. So
Wow.
this puts High in a really tough spot in between Chaz and DQ here with 9s.
Wow. We got to do a sandwich bet if it goes to a flop.
It's not getting to. Whoa. Did High just say all in? I don't think he did.
No. No, he didn't.
That's what happens when you play with somebody too much.
We're good.
DQ has pocket 5s, right?
That's over with.
Yeah.
High's folded.
Yeah. So we'll get these graphics correct here. High out of the pot. And I don't see DQ calling this here. Knows he's no good. Chaz knows he's in great shape.
You're so funny. What a guy. Ever.
Easy fold for both High and DQ, but you never quite know because these men like to gamble. You never know. DQ might say, oh, I'm up against ace-king. We're flipping. Let's flip for it, but that's not the case. Dominated and in trouble, carving out chips, doing some inventory.
30, 39.50. That's what I have. 39.45, 39.50. Even if I'm ahead, you've got all the overs.
I guess there's a chance you're slow rolling.
No, that would be the first
Said he
time.
did that to me real bad.
That's
I
our
got real
first time.
comfortable, and he's like nuts. Oh fuck, okay.
Oh, I just feel like you have like ace, king, ace, queen. That's it. So I call.
He gets the call.
Wow.
Says it's always ace, king, or ace, queen, but that's not the case.
What do you have, 10s? 2 10s?
I have 39.45.
They better show now. They're going to both show their cards. There's the queens. And DQ buries his head.
Can I just leave my cards like this?
Oh, he's slow rolling.
No, he's way back. I have pocket 5s.
You gotta turn them up for the stream.
I have pocket 9.
There's the 5s.
I don't know what the hell I have.
He call, I
And
call.
remember, high folded pocket 9s. Let's see what comes on the flop.
Fives for a sandwich?
There's a oh. Jack 8 deuce. I could have sworn I might have seen that.
Calm down.
6.
5 and a 5 only on the river. One time Max Payne.
AP puts it out quick. He rips that Band-Aid off quick. There's the 3.
He does.
I like that.
It's a quick delivery.
I like the delivery because I don't like the dealers who do the long all over the flop and then turn it over. Just turn the card
That's
over,
good.
right?
That's good sometimes
He's got
as well.
4,000 right there, dude.
I don't like it. I want to rip the Band-Aid off. I want to know.
You have 39.50, right?
Yeah. So I gave him
Aaron
39.
rips the Band-Aid off really fast. A lot of new
At
dealers here at the lodge.
39.45.
Great dealers.
I don't know what's happening.
And I want to come working
Chaz
here.
always runs good here as well, too.
I just pulled 3,000 out of the pocket to load up there. That's all.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
DQ reloads now, throwing the party.
Wow.
Chaz up 4.5.
Yeah, DQ's not on there because he's buying more chips. He will be
Good
in
answer.
a minute. Big Daddy Chaz up 4,500. Scotland.
I don't know. There's
I
like
had a little side bet
10%
tonight on who wins the most money with V like I do every week.
Yes.
Don't you have to do
We each took 2 players. You know who the 2 players that I took were?
Could it be Big Daddy Chaz in Scotland?
Those were the 2. Let's go ship it. It's early. I'm excited.
Right. I mean, you watch this, every stream that's ever been created, it would be like,
Come on.
you're an expert in guerrilla warfare.
She won the last time we did it. So I had first pick.
5K either?
I'm in good shape.
He's a really good friend. So do you have 8,900? 50? You can be.
We'll just text him.
No, I'll count while I do this.
3 folds so far. Raise.
1,200.
Fires out a $1.50. Puts the hood on. Gets his game face on. Rubbing the chin.
I call. I have
Oh,
pocket
the
9.
price called 900. What'd you have? 9s?
No, I pocket 9.
You have 9s? Is there a 9 on the flop? Jack 9.
No, 9.
How about that?
76.
A jack.
And Caesar goes for a little bit too much here. What did he make this? Was this like 800 or did he make it less? I saw a lot of black chips.
No, all I did was I pulled $3 grand out and then kept the
Makes
600. That's fine. I thought it was more.
Yes.
You can understand 600 there from the small blind, so I take that back. But High, pretty deep here, doesn't like to fold. Might elect to come along, doesn't know anything about Caesar. High would like to have a little bit more information. But I don't think High really has learned the word fold yet. Middle-aged man, just fold, not in his vocabulary. He comes along.
Jack-10 suited is a great hand.
Okay, and how about now?
No,
Not
clearance.
so
The wheel,
much.
just so we can spin it.
Seti Magetti for Caesar.
Versus just doing 7 deuce. Yes, clearance.
Like to see a check or a super small bet like 300.
Just hasn't happened yet, so.
Too much.
I've been dealt that.
No?
Too much, but High has connected with this board, so hoping and praying that High has a 10, and indeed he does. So the 550 might get called from High here. We could have a big pot on our hands. Also, backdoor diamonds in play, backdoor Broadway. So High will be making this call for 550. Perplexed, confused, but he's going to carve out 550, and we're going to take a turn.
You think so?
He's making the call, Rick.
You speak high. You speak high real well. 8 of clubs.
Is there waitresses here or no?
We have quarters. Somebody can run and get something.
Now what type of sizing will Caesar go for? I'd like to see, I would love to see the sneaky check. Love to see it.
Need a brush on 11.
But wouldn't mind another about 1/3 pot type of bet here. And he goes all in and rips it. What are you getting called by here? You're getting called by nothing, so I don't love the jam, never getting called. So a little bit unfortunate there for Caesar. Gets a little bit too excited and doesn't get the value he was craving. Rips it there and gives High no choice but to fold. Would have laid High a little rope there.
79.50, right? 5K.
Well, Caesar
Crap, I already told you.
pulling a big stack to make a house payment. Caesar wanting to pay off his palace.
66, 67, 68, 69.
Did you just try and go for I missed it there. I was looking. Give it to me again, please.
Since Caesar dragging a pot, trying to make a house payment, trying to pay off his palace.
Even.
Caesar's palace, come on, baby.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was reaching. I tried to figure out how I could interpolate that.
You rushed it.
I did rush.
You could have gone something with there, but you rushed it.
Sissy, thank you for that comment. We always try to listen to y'all.
All right, 78.50. 78. Fuck no, not 78, 7900.
It's hard when some players are right near the microphone. And this is the chatty table. They like to chat. And we get so many comments how people want to hear the table talk as well. So we do our best to adjust the audio levels each and every show to dial it in right.
71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 8,000 even. Close enough.
Slick Rick Skull Mike here at the Lodge. Mahal will be here every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And then the end of this month, the 24th through the 30th, there'll be a stream each and every night. Something for everyone. On the 24th, you will not want to miss it. The next big event here at the Lodge, Mahal, on Monday the 24th. Brad Owen, Andrew Nemi, Doug Polk, all on the felt, all playing together with some other fantastic people for a night that we may break the internet. That's our goal. Not to break the internet, but to have one hell of a night. And Tuesday, the meetup game. Come meet, come play with Brad, Andrew, and Doug on Tuesday. Lots of fun things happening. The ownership comes and sees what they bought. They're coming to town.
Six ways to a flop here.
6 ways.
Trade 10.
And
Trips
flop
for Caesar.
Back-to-back flops where he binks it here.
Texas poker for you.
Nobody with 10.
right? $75. Call, 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 call.
Yeah. Sparks is going to see where he's at 9s and 3s. C-bets the 200. Caesar in position here. Makes really no sense for him to have a 3 on the button. Definitely smells like a 10 if you're in Sparks' shoes. And either way, it has you beat if you're holding a pair of 9s. And what will J1 elect to do here? Doesn't really make much sense for him to have a 3 under the gun, but he's going to float. Out of position against 2 opponents. Don't love it. 6 of diamonds on the turn.
Boat City. Boat!
Sparks is going to slow down here with a pair of 9s when he gets called by 2 opponents here. And now Caesar, what will he bet? I think whatever he bets here, probably both players are going to fold. Like to see Caesar go a little bit smaller than he did last time. He goes for half pot, about 650. J-Win will be exiting. And I'm not sure what Sparks is going to do here. Like, what really is Caesar bluffing here with? Nothing. And both a 10 and a 3 have you beat, so quite the easy fold there for Sparks, and he lays it down. And Caesar, no action, back-to-back hands.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that conversation.
It's going to change your life. I swear to God, it's going to change your whole life.
Shit, I forgot.
There's your cumulative winnings, 4,400 for Big Chaz. DQ throwing the party right now, down 5,100.
Oh, don't get him started, dude.
You go to Waterbury and ask him to post the bonds on those. I swear to God, my brother-in-law did it. And I fucking had an out-of-body experience. I was like, I fell back in love with Waterbury. I swear to God. It changed the whole fucking thing. Go ahead. It was so good. That wasn't just
Poobah in the chat. Hello, Poobah. Steve Snyder, hello. I see you out there. Jake Stein says that Caesar needs to go to Sizing University. Good to see Jake Stein in his ugly shirt on the felt on Wednesday.
I think the Stein Beach Club is fully up and running now.
I've seen pictures. I saw him out with a robe like Hugh Hefner, just with a cigar and a robe. I said,
enjoying the view.
What the hell?
Put some clothes on, goddammit.
The Hefner of the Ville. Lives in Pflugerville.
Lives in Round Rock. So.
He does? I thought it was Pflugerville.
You've been to his house.
I know, but
Call
I thought that was...
Call yourself.
Who knows actually where Round Rock and Pflugerville...
You only lived here, what, 30 years? Wake up.
Well, there is a point where Round Rock and Pflugerville actually change
and
into
he
one
lives
another.
nowhere near that.
All right.
So wake up.
So he's the Hefner of the Rock.
There you go.
It sounds better, the Ville. Jack 7-5, Skittles. Straight draw for DQ. Pocket 8s for J-Win. Over to driver. And it checks all the right way around. There's another jack. So now 2 pair. J-Win's got to like that. Reaching for chips. 250. Quick call from DQ. For 6 or 10, there's a 4-ball. J-Win's going to win this hand as long as he stays in.
I think J-Win might check this and just go check call mode. He does indeed check. I don't think DQ's going to surrender. He never surrenders, so he's going to get snapped off too by J-Win. Whenever DQ bets here, he's going to get snapped off.
You win. Good hand.
DQ's got to go a lot larger there if he wants to try to get J-Win to fold. And there's no shame in shutting down, too. You don't have to go for it every time, folks.
Yeah, Poobah asked the people of Chatsville, how did everybody like the stream with Norman Chat and Lon McCarran? And from my point of view, it was the most fun I've had doing 100 odd shows that we've done. I certainly had the most fun. I tell you, it was just
How did everyone
electric.
like the Norman chat stream? How did everybody like the Lon and Norman stream? Is what it means. It's easy to get those two mixed up. I've done it plenty of times. But it's Lon and Norman. I had a lot of fun on Wednesday night as well. It helps when you're raking in chips.
Yeah, I
Just
have
the
to
vibe
say,
and
I
the
was
attitude.
the first 45 minutes of the show.
I had to get you a little scared, a little sweaty and worried back here in the bunker.
I said I brought 2,000 in my pocket, but Jesus, we're almost there, and we're not even 45 minutes in.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Nakia walks into
Hello,
the stream.
Nakia.
Howdy, Nakia. 9s for Chaz, and he 3-bets to 750.
People love seeing Nakia on Wednesday. She has a lot of fans.
Chaz fakes the 7 deuce, and driver's like, "No way! I got 2 deuces. No way you have 7 deuce." And he didn't.
Another Bills touchdown.
That's soda and $100.
So good season for your Patriots, Rick. I'm sorry. You can now, the Jets can open the door to the off season for you, welcome you, take you down. It's like the movie Ghost when somebody dies and, you know, all the shadows come and just drag you down.
First playoff game for Bill Belichick that he wasn't a division champ playing in the playoffs for the Patriots. $1,200 of you in the live chat. Thank you for joining us. Aces. Wow. Big Daddy Chaz.
Chaz starting to get all the premiums here. Ronnie very card dead in the 5 seeds. High and DQ come along. Queen 8-4. The aces, the only pair, way in the lead. Like about 150 here, goes for 225. Nobody can continue.
Yeah, Jimmy B says I was sweating the money. You know, honestly, I've been honest with y'all from day one. I don't play in a game that high. So I usually play in a game that plays a lot lower.
No.
Could I play in a game that high? I could, but I choose not to, and I wasn't used to it, and just a little bit out of my comfort zone, especially when I came back to the table after Skull had stacked a few people, and I see all these chips in front of me. I said, holy crap, I can play some hands now. I didn't. I kept it within reason. I made 2 plays that I shouldn't have made. The other plays I'm happy with. But it is a lot different when you're under the lights. Under the lights. Ronnie.
You just did it back-to-back under the lights. You realize that?
I did.
I don't think that's ever been done on stream on air.
First time. Michael, you can get in touch with Skull Mike.
First time. Skull Mike Poker on Twitter or Instagram, or skullmikepoker@gmail.com. All ways to reach out to me if you want to be on stream, all limits. Also visit thelodgelive.com, and there's a questionnaire there where you can fill that out, and I receive those filled questionnaires in my inbox. So plenty of ways to reach out if you want to play here at the Lodge in Round Rock. Top pair for Sparks. It's going to make it 350 to go, and nothing for anybody to continue with here. Scotland just with a pair of 6s, and he's going to let it go.
Eric says it's the same game, different, bigger numbers. I don't think so. See, that's the thing. It's really not the same game, the game that I play, a 1-2 version of it. So, anyways, it was fun. Would I do it again? Yes. Not every day, but I would do it again.
Shout out to the dog. Bottom left of your screen, that's Bailey, service dog.
Not your Bailey, but a Bailey.
Yeah, another Bailey.
160 shadows off the wall. Yeah, I like this one. One here, the funny thing is, we're playing with like...
Yes, Jimmy. Skull did come in midway through the stream and says, I need more money, and that was a prank on me. I must have looked white as a ghost because he had just had a stack on the table.
You were so upset, so scared.
No, I just said, what's going on? Why do you need more money? Good prank.
I had just gone out there to tell people to move their phones from the rail, half hour delayed.
8-5 Jack, Skittles. Pair of 4s for Caesar. Pair of 8s for High. So now a straight draw for Caesar. Looking for a 4 or 7. 5 outs. Avoiding missed. Overtime number tonight is 650.
Oh, there's
Cutoff
7.
time's 10:30. Everybody knows that. It's a 10:30 cutoff.
And High reaching for more chips here.
Caesar
he's going nowhere, but will he raise? You want to see the raise. Don't really worried about a 9, but he's just going to
call.
Spots like that where we're playing so deep, put in a raise to 400 there. Obviously, you'd be sick to your stomach if you get re-raised, but you're never losing your entire stack there, and more times than not, you're so good and might be able to get a little additional more value there. So I would have liked to see Caesar take a little bit more time.
Did you make it?
And put in a raise there, but
bump out.
Likes to play it safe, takes down the pot, and we have a bomb pot. The players want to do a bomb pot now, it seems, every time the button matches. And it's $50. Yeah, PLO $50.
Every player will be dealt 4 cards, and they will play 2 and only 2, must play 2 from their hand to make the 2 from their hand and 3 from the board best hand.
Yeah, back in the day. Oh, yeah, even recently too, yeah.
Was that the big game?
Yeah. That was one of the big games.
You don't make like 10 catches.
I caught that. 5, yeah. It was a record.
5 catches. Oh, you did the record for number of catches.
For main event, yeah.
That's impressive.
We do have fun, that I can say.
Yeah, that too.
Deuce 5-6, couple of puppy feet out there as the players are scanning their cards. It always takes a little while.
Especially in Europe.
Yeah, I don't know. That handle really views. Who posted it?
It's got like 30 million views.
Really?
It's the most viewed hand of all time.
Who posted it?
I mean, lots of different.
Oh, it's just like cumulatively has that many.
As the players' hands are scanned in, I see the nut flush draw in driver's hand.
Ronnie, the hand you were in, you gonna review?
Yeah, it was a Miss Finland. I got bluffed by a supermodel.
Yeah, I'm watching.
All the good things. The show that I was on 2014.
Still can't read anything of Big Daddy. There's Big Daddy's hands. Big Daddy had 3-4. If I'm not mistaken, he folded a straight, but that's never going to be good in Omaha. You'd think. Remember, you must play 2 and only 2 from your hand to make the best high hand. And Boston Ronnie comes into the pot. And an open-ended straight draw and hits the straight with his 7-8. Still the flush draw for driver.
Driver slows down, and now Ronnie was going to pounce here, charge these draws. Not going to go full pot, it looks like. Well, maybe not. Looks like he will.
This is 1350.
It's going to make it pretty much pot. And driver not going to chase and folds.
So Ronnie's going to take that bomb pot down. Bomb pot button goes one way. The button, stay on high. We'll go to the next one. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Mixon. We missed him and Sarah on Wednesday. Hopefully they'll get better really soon.
Yep, spoke to Mixon the other day. Says he's feeling better.
Good.
So we should see him back here at the lodge in a couple days.
Yeah, they would have been added a lot to the stream, especially with his barbecue. But we love him too.
What happened to that yellow hand? Who won? You ran
This is going to be a missteal, as
Started
DQ
thinking
had 3 cards.
Yeah. That's what happens when you do a little PLO bomb buy. You start thinking every hand's PLO, but it's a hold'em game. 5-10, 25.
So Ronnie, is this the first time you played in Texas?
My brother lives here, so no, I played like.
I was in touch with him, Poobah. He's also a friend of Swim's. Ronnie was supposed to play on stream a couple weeks ago, but he got stuck down in Costa Rica with COVID. So he postponed his trip about a month down the line, and here he is. He's got some family that lives around the area, and he's thinking perhaps moving here. So might see more of Ronnie in the future.
They're in on it, yeah. I played there in 2016, then I played the old lodge like a few months ago.
Sorry, Josh, if I missed the rap. Apologize. I desperately begging for your forgiveness.
I forgive you.
Out of all the places,
Josh can't remember.
He forgives you, so Josh forgives you.
He had a 7 and 8, and there's a 5-6. Did he have a 4, 7, 8? If he had 4, 7, 8, that would have been a wrap. 7, 8 alone is just an open-ended straight. So I'm going to have to go and rewatch that. Thank you very much.
Someone else was like, yeah, I heard it was like by another player in the following game. And then the third guy, the next day, was like, hey, I heard it got one of the
What happened?
200. Some,
I was literally playing the game, so.
Jack 7-7 here. Caesar was 6 high, but he's putting $200 into the pot. Scotland here with a combo draw, paired board, but gonna come along here and fire in a raise. Raises to 575. And Caesar not going anywhere. You thought that that raise might send Caesar to the hills, but he's gonna stand by his bets. And both players with 10 high and 6 high here. Some backdoor potential on the river, but pot building at 1.6, action on Scotland. And he's reaching for some plums, a couple blackberries, and that's going to apply some serious heat on Caesar, but Caesar seems a little sticky here, like that bazooka gum on the bottom of your sneakers, stepped on a hot summer day, almost impossible to get rid of. Scratches the beard, rubs the shoulder, and it's time to send these 2 cards into the muck. But no!
No.
Oh, another fake out.
He's folding.
Lays it down, thank God there. Yikes. Stomach almost fell to the floor. But he gets away, good on him.
9:49 Central Time. Slick Rick, Skull Mike, along for the ride for Saturday night, poker night at the Lodge. We'll be back in 48 hours for a Monday night edition.
That he became a
Lots happening here at the Lodge. It's kind of, we were riding at a very high level before the announcement on the 3rd, but since then, it's been the Lodge on steroids. The interest in the Lodge, the players walking through the door, hard to believe it's gotten even more, because we were pretty packed before the announcement. Now it's crazy. People want to play here. Comes a raise from DQ with the Cowboys. Raises to 130. Ace Queen 3.
DQ wanted to see a little bit of an action killer. But he's going to see bet high, bottom pair.
Wrong guy. Yeah, they literally fucked the wrong. They should have fucked with me.
Driver quickly folds, as does high, and DQ takes it down, shows the kings.
You would just like looked out the window, punching your gate code.
Those are ace magnets. Literally got the concert, it's over.
Orange Fulius, one of the greatest names ever invented. How are you doing?
You got comfortable in your house and like warm your hands up and like, look, I'm in my house right now. But,
I like Orange Fulius. I like Fig Nuts, and I like Jimmy Bluffett. Those are some great names in our chat community.
Don't forget Wimpy.
Wimpy has a soft. I have a soft spot for Wimpy.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Was he talking to the crowd?
Wimpy hits and runs, though.
Well,
You know?
it is. He is staying up very late.
No excuses.
I wonder if Wimpy's ever been to the red light district.
That's probably where he checks in from. You know?
I've heard we're big in the red light district.
How much of a badass you have to be to face two dudes that have guns?
In your dreams.
And the people up in Norton left, they get
Runs right at him.
Well, they turned around and shot at him too.
What do you think about Bachelor Party? Amsterdam.
Oh, God. That would be crazy. You don't want to do that. King, Queen. Wow.
No? Too much? Little poker. Sure, Wimpy and Yang show us around. Get lost in a shop or two.
Man, some of your buddies who I met at the party to end all parties, two good buddies, are they going to be in charge of your bachelor party? Your best buddies?
They'll be there. Yeah, they'll be there. Phil and Ben, shout out to them.
From a legal standpoint,
They'll be there.
I thought for sure you'd choose
When they
Vegas.
pulled into a parking lot,
I've been to Vegas so many times, Rick.
I know.
So many times.
driving a car,
Hundreds.
they get out, they pull
Times.
into a parking lot, get out of the car and run. While
Let's
that's
see in the
going on,
chat.
police helicopters over
Bachelor
the
party.
911.
If you've already had yours, where did you have it? And if you haven't had yours, where would you have it? Fire away. Sharon Barth, close your eyes. Let me party.
That guy, I've known him for a long time.
I've known him for 15
I mean, if they got
years.
you mean, that is actually a great idea. You're never gonna get anywhere with a helicopter chasing you in a car.
Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it was just.
You better get out and run and try to get away.
On to the next hand, pocket eights for high.
This guy you say you know.
And he's going to take it down.
No, I'm saying the other guy, I know that guy.
It's bring your own beverages, Michael. We do not sell liquor or have it here, but we have plenty of refrigerators. If you want to bring beer or if you want to bring alcohol, we have soft drinks that we do provide, and food in the form of a caterer makes different things. Had some good tomato soup tonight. Oh, it was delicious.
Oh yeah. He's like, I'm not letting
Anthony
you
had the
leave.
grilled cheese and tomato soup combo.
Good on him if that's what he says.
High with pocket jacks, the jiggities.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was just saying, it's, like, from a legal standpoint, that's just
Gonna raise it on up.
Austin location.
Makes it 150.
A couple of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Folks House, not a bad choice.
I heard you tried. I re-listened to the to the vlog.
7 deuce again here for Jay Win.
to the stream on Wednesday, and you said, "I heard you're having a Super Bowl party at your house, Doug." He said, "I didn't know about it."
Somebody had to tell him.
Jay-Win 3-bets to 800, his second chance for the 7 deuce.
First time ran into kings, this time runs into jack, so he's like, my goodness, can I pick up an easy one? Jay-Win stuck about 3K in this 7 deuce game.
And DQ gets out of the way with his ace rag. Jay-Win says, how much am I going to have to bet here?
Was he actually the player?
King may help him.
He was an older guy. He was like 50. But yeah, he was the player.
High hates folding. Last time it was a flop like this, Jay-Win went for the C-bet for about 1/3 pot. This time he elects to check it, perhaps planning a check raise plan. But high check.
Oh, there's the jack.
And now perhaps Jay-Win thinks the door is open after the check from high on the flop, but the door is not open.
It's completely shut.
I don't think I've ever seen high lay down a set in my entire life. How will Jay-Win proceed here? I think he might go large, maybe like 1.2. Goes for a little less, about half pot 900. And how does high want to play this? Both players kind of deep. Board getting a little bit more wet. Hearts.
Jay-Win is losing more money on trying to make the 7 deuce come in.
Ace queen possible for Jay-Win, but does high want to raise now? Wait for the river. Don't mind flatting, don't mind raising. Can go a number of ways. We know folding is not in the cards, and it looks like high is reaching for raising chips, and Jay-Win's going to need a barf bag to table 11.
Under the lights. Remember, if you win with 7 deuce, every player gives you a $100 kiss. Jay-Win shows his 7 deuce.
Eyes giggles. That's no good. Get that out of here.
I like the heart. I think we should all give him 50 for his efforts.
Yeah, I know. 50 for the effort. Nope. Jay-Win shaking his head. He's going for it. He's trying. It's entertaining when you see that.
Gotta give him that. He is trying.
Fignut says, if you're planning to play 7 deuce for his high, better be ready for a reload, and that's damn true. Error Eliminator 2.0. We're playing the 7 deuce game, so if a player wins with 7 deuce, they get a $100 bounty from each player. So in a full ring game here, that's an extra $900. Plus the glory and the excitement from chat. You can go down as a lodge hero when you start punking fools with 7 deuce. It's for the love of the game, folks. Ace jack for Sparks. Driver has raised this one up to 300 here. Sparks out of position in the big blind. Might go for a 3-bet to about 1,200.
7 deuce has not been pulled off successfully, has it?
Goes for 1050.
Very close. High looks down to ace 10 offsuit. Bailey the dog looking at High's card and says, fold that, young man.
Woof. Driver's going to be folding. I'd love to see Driver defend there. If you open it for 300 there, in position, I think you got to defend there. See a flop at least, can go a number of ways, but Driver playing it safe and folds. As we have a dealer change, Michelle coming into the box. AP's going to hit the showers. And Michelle getting the instruction about what these wild men are playing tonight.
Good point. John says on Monday the 7 deuce never lost. Now it can't win. That's what happens sometimes. And sometimes you got to be committed to the 7 deuce. And when you get committed, sometimes bad things happen.
Have we been doing it ever? Oh, okay.
The 50's on. It looks like Scotland has a 50 out. It needs to be 100.
I like your fleece.
And DQ just takes chips from Scotland's stack and puts another 50 out there.
Scotland confirmed. It's good. The 100 is on.
Yeah, that's my guy.
5, 10, 25, 50, 100. Let's play some poker. The 9 seed first to act.
In case something happens like that to Scott.
Got a feeling this one might be a little juicy, Rick. The old birdie told me nothing. The little birdie never lies. I haven't heard from the birdie, and driver wakes up with Big Slick.
I don't take any chances.
What's going to make this? 400? Makes it 300
I mean, it
again.
won't matter when they watch the stream and see that I got pelted by Chaz. They're going to go after him anyway, so it won't even matter.
Yeah, joke's on you, Chaz.
They're like,
Doubling up.
we were going to go get DQ, but now that we know that Chaz has got his money. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Driver will win the pot.
All right. Thank you very much. That's right.
So am I.
Don't forget, folks, as we mentioned, the week of the 24th through the 30th will be on every night. So if you like this live stream that week, because Brad, Andrew, and Doug will all be here all week, we're going to feature them in different together. We're going to feature them by themselves, and they'll even be in the booth commentating the final table of the 500K Monster event on that Sunday, the 30th.
Time for the chat to get on their horse, folks. We have a half hour for the cutoff time. Likes are at 427. The cutoff and the line is 650 likes, so we are more than 200 away. If you want bonus poker tonight, you better smash that like button now. 1,300 in the chat, a very fair line. We haven't spoken much about it tonight, but now is your half-hour warning to hit that like button for bonus poker. Pocket queens for DQ.
And High comes along. He loves 8-6. He's played it a couple times tonight. And there's a 6, 996.
Yeah, it's good to know
DQ
where
still
the spot is when you're this
91% equity. High has the 6 of clubs that could come.
I ordered this an hour ago. One of the ones that was like still good restaurant.
300 is the bet. High did hit the board. He calls. Way behind, looking for the 6 of clubs. There's an 8, so now he's got 3 pair. Now he picked up an additional out, looking for the 8 of spades or the 6 of clubs. 2 outs, but thinks he might be good here. Bet is 550 from DQ.
Yeah, DQ, High's not folding. DQ, quiet, and High's not folding. Any card under an 8, High's not folding river no matter what it is. Perhaps north of an 8 and High can get away.
8 or a 6 gets High there. That's not it. King may slow DQ down a little bit.
Might go check, check, does.
It does. DQ's going to win with his queens. And High says good hand.
I was like,
You gotta love High and DQ. They give a lot of action. They're entertaining to watch, and win or lose, they always have a smile on their face. So that's a recipe to always get invited back to poker games. Give action, have a good attitude.
yeah, except for Chaz. Chaz has to put in.
Wesley, I hit the like every time before I even come in the bunker. I'm one of the first likes you could ever imagine. So I do my share. I want it to happen for you
For the
folks.
Big Daddy, so trust me, when Big Daddy gives you the gift.
Looks like we're going to the bomb pot. Remember, this is PLO. Everybody will be dealt 4 cards. You must play 2 and only 2 from your hand. I'll see if I can get the difference between a wrap and an open-ended straight down.
Yeah, that
And we'll see.
Joseph Chalmers blow up 2010.
That's fucking wild, dude.
You have the most
Unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Oh, you're
I mean, I'm not like.
It's Little Miss Finland. Have you seen it?
I'm not embarrassed by it or whatever. It's funny. It's funny.
Pull your mask down, Ronnie. Let me see his face looks like.
How much did you lose on it?
No, no, I'm
Here comes the flop.
No, it was a.
Goes straight to the flop.
It was like a
Ace,
invitational.
trace 7, couple of spades. So as each
It was cash, right?
player
No, it was which one?
scans their cards, we'll start seeing what people have.
2, 4, 5, 7.
It was like a winner take all $1 million.
Oh damn. How many people?
36.
Still waiting. That's the challenge when we do PLO. When we do PLO, it's a challenge sometimes with our card reader. That's why we don't do a whole lot of it, but the cards are starting to read.
This is the worst bomb pot ever.
They got a big tournament coming at that Prime Social, right? I just heard it now.
And the bet will take it down from Caesar.
Houston Prime.
Caesar.
Yeah, what about 5K buy-in, like 3 million guaranteed.
Caesar, originally from Puerto Rico, now stationed at Fort Hood, is in the military, and we thanked him for his service in the 9th seat there. Scott Brook, well said. You know, some nights we've had, so far in 2022, we have not missed overtime, but there were some times when we missed overtime, and it was a good show, but Chatsville spoke with their votes, and we do what you guys want with regard to overtime.
It's been a hot start to the year, though.
It has been on fire.
It's always a little bit sad if you don't get there when the streak is intact.
We love the streak.
Always trying to be Joe DiMaggio of the poker world. Shout out to Joe D. R.I.P. to Joe D. I want to hear about Ted Williams and any Red Sox stories now, Rick. Save it. Save it.
No, do you know the Yankees?
Do you know the Patriots are getting whooped right now in a playoff game? Do you know that?
The Yankees were the first team ever to do what?
Dominate the entire league?
First team ever to put numbers on the back of their jersey. The Yankees, the New York Yankees. First team ever to do that. Little trivia question. Answer to trivia question. King Jack 5.
There might not even be any baseball this year. There's a strike. You know that? Did you forget about that?
No, I do.
DQ 450 here, 10 high. Quiet, not saying a word, and he takes it down and gets Driver to fold the best hand. So Driver not winning thousands tonight. A shocker indeed.
No, I'm.
Driver was the last player in this game today. He's asking me questions, who's playing, yada yada. Most players don't even ask, they just show up and they're ready to play. And I said, Driver, does it really matter who's in the lineup? You've been running hotter than any player this past year, past month, past couple weeks. You can't lose here.
Exactly.
Who does it matter who's playing?
Exactly.
And he says, you know what, Skull, you're right. I'll be there. Sign me up. That's how it works. I don't have time for 20 questions, Rick. Just don't have the time. You want to come and play, follow the scroll on the bottom of the screen. Message me on Twitter or Instagram, Skull Mike Poker, and come down ready to play. Play your A game, stay focused, and you're going to have a profitable evening as DQ now feeling himself. Winning a couple of hands, giving the action that we all crave here in Chatsville and beyond. 255 gets called in 2 spots. Ace Queen 4, best hand for Driver. DQ slows down. does Caesar want to do here? Stuck in the middle, and he's going to rep an ace. Put pressure on a queen here. Driver. Lays down the winner back-to-back hands. And DQ, no defense there. So Caesar, with his 7s, takes it down. Well played from the 9 seed. So 9 seed's got a little moxie. He's not afraid to make a couple moves. I've liked what I've seen so far from the 9.
I did that before when we swapped around and I just did that. There you go.
20 minutes till the cutoff time, folks.
Cutoff time's 10:30. Everybody knows that. It's a 10:30 cutoff.
650 likes, a very fair line with close to 1,500 in the chat. We'll leave it at that. You know the rules if you want to watch more poker.
Oh yeah, dude.
Starting to get a little steamed up that we haven't reached that marker a little earlier, Rick. I don't like sweating it out.
Nuggets? I did. Oh hell yeah.
It's too much pressure.
Too much pressure.
Anxiety, too much stress.
Big slick for Big Daddy Chaz.
I just want to get there easy.
You had that damn thing stuck in my craw.
Always with the cross shoulder strap and the hat that says Big Daddy.
It's a uniform.
Can you get that? Did he special order that, or did he buy that at Target? The Big Daddy hat.
It's a special order.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Sweat them for fun.
7 calls for 8 fold.
I scanned them.
And we got a call.
Well, it don't matter. But no. Yep.
75s. We're
J1.
going 5 ways here. 75 times 5, close to 400 in the middle.
Michelle with the flop.
769.
2 spades and a Seti Magetti for J-Win. Always nice to hit the set with a low pair. In your
DQ
hand.
open-ended too, so DQ going nowhere, especially for the price of 150. Chaz might elect to get frisky here with the ace of spades, but he quickly folds. Both driver and DQ open-ended here. J-Win hoping to fade here and hold. But the 5 gets there. Now it's a straight for both players. So J-Win having a rough night, goes after it, tries to be the hero that we all need, repping the 7 deuce game. But now he flops a set, and he's no good.
Cute.
2 players get there. DQ 375. Driver going nowhere. Might raise here large.
Never seen DQ with a backwards baseball cap on. Channeling his Skull Mike.
Driver just flats, giving a J-Win a decent price here to peel and hope that the board pairs. And J-Win's going to make that call and hope and pray that he sees a 5, 7, or 9.
There's the river. Needs a board pair for J-Win. Doesn't get there, but a spade does.
Could be an action killer. J-Win's not going to bet here. DQ's been one to check rivers pretty quickly to get the showdown. I'd like to see DQ take his time and fire in a river bet. Don't know what J-Win's thinking here. Maybe to put in a little bit of a blocker type river bet. Maybe a large bet to perhaps rep spades and turn his 6s into a bluff. That would be interesting. Action's on the 3 seed, and he's taking his time. I imagine the check's coming, though, but the longer he waits, goes check, check all the way home. And we're going to chop it up. And if this was a no-chop zone, Rick, you know what we'd be doing. 2 cards off the top.
I love it. Oh, see? DQ.
Thank you, DQ.
Oh, I thought he was going to.
He had the 3, and he had the jack, I had the 3.
Driver says, I didn't agree to that. Give me half my money.
If we had done that, where we drew for the card, he would have had the jack, I would have had the 3, and lost. So,
thank you, DQ.
No.
Oh, is that a... Oh, okay,
that was his
okay.
suggestion.
All right.
He suggested it. I'm glad it didn't happen. I'd have lost.
Would have been a jack and a 3 right there, and DQ would get 0 money in the no-chop zone. And it looks like the puppy, Bailey the puppy, has been eliminated from the tournament.
Good run, puppy. Had a good day playing cards.
Well played, Bailey.
She's going, can I get out of this joint, please?
Time to go home. The puppy that lost his way.
10, 25.
But the puppy made a good call there on the turn. Couldn't fade the river, and now the puppy goes home.
She was looking for clubs all night, the puppy feet.
Shout out to Billy Madison. Watched it the other day.
Yeah.
Great
It went from
movie.
being like really cold and now it's like hot again.
It's pretty much,
It's like
it's real close between
Are you still chip leader?
Billy Madison and Happy
Welcome
Gilmore.
in, dude. Seriously, that'd be badass.
Top Adam Sandler movies of all time. It's 1 and 2. I don't know which one.
You didn't like Big Daddy?
It's Big Daddy. I didn't say I didn't like Big Daddy, but it's not on Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore level. Let's be serious.
Raise to 75. Call.
Let's see in the chat. Billy Madison.
What about Waterboy?
Waterboy, good. A bronze medalist is Waterboy.
Waterboy.
A bronze medalist.
You can do it!
It takes the bronze. Shout out to the Winter Olympics coming up here in a couple of weeks, folks.
Here comes the flop. 7 deuce king.
2 pair, top 2 for the Daddy Chaz.
Jason Yu, Lorenzo, John D. Washington in the front.
Now, it's going to take us some time, folks, to rescue Matty J. Just like when we accidentally blocked another player, Chatter. Don't worry, Racer Nerd is going to cry himself to sleep tonight for that little hiccup. But you know what? Racer Nerd, one of the finest moderators around, we'll cut him a little slack, and we'll do our best to rescue Matty J for future streams.
You are 10, 25, please, Jalen.
Couple votes for Billy Madison.
The longest
Happy
yard, not so
Gilmore.
much.
It's a close vote here between Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. So come on, folks. Let your favorite be heard. Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison. I don't want to see any uncut gems. Mr. Deeds, please save us. Longest yard, snoozer.
Lawrence Brent says there is no such thing as a good Adam Sandler movie. He's as close to cinematic gold as there is, like him or not.
35 more likes to overtime. Let's get there. 650. Before the next hand, let's get to overtime, folks. 13-minute warning.
Crap, I show him right away.
Bulletproof. I don't know if I've seen Bulletproof.
Call. Hold. It's 75. Hold. Hold.
Brad Nix, welcome to the party. If it's your first time here, we like to have fun.
I think Happy Gilmore is going to take the gold medal. Billy Madison with the silver. And
Surpri-
Waterboy with the bronze.
I'm surprised Big Daddy doesn't get more love.
Nobody remembers 4th place, right?
King Queen 8.
But I do wipe my own ass. Whatever happened to that
Scuba
little kid?
Steve?
Where's that little kid?
I think there were twins who played that character, that kid. Kings for both Sparks and J-Win.
Let's go, folks. 650. We're going to overtime. Single overtime, double overtime, not in the card tonight. So, Wizard, I don't want to have to open the door, Wizard. You hear me. I know you hear me. Lock up single overtime for the fans at home. Lock it up. And we're going for another chop. And again, if this was a no chop zone, Rick, you know what we'd be at.
Yeah, that was kind of a good one with Drew Barrymore. 51st dates. We had
the wedding singer.
A write-in wedding singer. Wedding singer.
The wedding singer.
Come on.
That one. Yeah. That one gets forgotten, but
The Wedding Singer.
it's not. It's not. It's not number one. It's not.
No, it's not.
It's close
He had a
third
couple.
or fourth.
He had a couple dark ones too. What was the dark movie that he made? I'll have to figure that one out. The one where he called into a phone sex and they blackmailed him.
What about the Israeli barber?
Yes.
Chat will help us. The Israeli barber.
He wasn't a barber. He was
a stylist. Shout out to Doug
Yes.
Polk. Doug Polk goes to a stylist.
Zohan.
Leave it to Zohan.
Zohan.
Zohan. Yes. There you go. We got there. Sound it out.
Sound it out.
Just tap it in. Shout out to Chubbs. If anybody sees Chubbs' hand out there at your local poker room, you know where to send it to. Green 18 with Shooter McGavin. Shooter!
Don't mess with the Zohan. There you go.
Mama says poker. Yeah, there we go.
That should be a good T-shirt. Mama said poker was the devil.
Leah, let's see your greatest puns here. Your Sandler puns. Any movie can qualify. Who's gonna have the best comment in the chat? Right now, it's Eric, the leader in the clubhouse.
What's that spelling? You said 200?
No, not 200.
100 straddle, everybody.
I don't know the score. Maybe I make it 200.
Get this man a scotch.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
100 to stay, gentlemen.
Glad I never made it 200.
Fold.
You would have played it differently.
Oh, driver's going to town on the bowl there. What's driver eating?
Really?
Yes. Punch Drunk Love. That was the one that's on the dark side of. Very dark movie for
Whoa, the
Sandler.
puppy has returned. So perhaps the puppy was not eliminated from the
I
tournament.
feel like I deserve it.
Maybe just taking a stroll to the bathroom. No rebuys this late at night. Maybe the puppy had to take a little, whiz.
Brilliant.
Not yet.
Or perhaps Norman Chat left one of his poop bags,
We had it twice.
and it was time for one of those.
I had it once.
Super lucky.
Down a pool like 4K or so in that 7 deuce game.
Thank you, John, for that.
Yeah, thanks, John.
John Prince.
John,
What
there's
a
the door. See yourself out.
What a delightful young man John Prince is. Just a delight.
I wasn't going to play your hand. Fold. I was just waiting for him. He's like, what is she doing?
I love that reaction.
Fold.
Did you go double straddle?
Yes. 100.
1,400 in the live chat. We will go to overtime. We'll go to 11 p.m. Central Time, another 37 minutes, and give you overtime tonight because you deserve it. 7 deuce alert. High gets rid of it. He says, I'm not even going to try. I see what J-Win's done with it all night. The dog is back. Maybe it was a break. She's got a ton of chips. Dog's playing poker here at the lodge.
Chaz over there was talking about
250 from J-Win. Scotland says, I'm tired of folding. And comes along with 8 deuce. Not the 7 deuce, but the 8 deuce. Perhaps
No bonus for that.
maybe Scotland's drunk.
Oh, that's good.
And that's a 2 pair for J-Win. So
can't explain it. Swear to God.
Scotland didn't call pre without trying to make moves. So I imagine. Oh, J-Win sets the trap.
Oh, God, yeah.
Scotland is for sure betting this turn. What's the sizing going to be? Might be, 350. He checks it. Interesting. I thought for sure we'd see a bet there from Scotland on the turn. Why on earth are we playing a deuce? And now it's 400 and Scotland quickly folds. So interesting.
Thank you, Taylor. Oh, it's bomb
A
pot
late
time.
vote for Waterboy.
Oh, shoot, where'd he go? Ah, here he comes. Bomb pot time.
Bomb pot time. Everybody puts $50 out there, and we'll do a PLO. Single board bomb pot will go straight to the flop.
Oh, here he comes. He's in.
Okay.
Thank you, Garza512. We miss you, buddy.
Oh, what are you doing?
Are you in the bum?
You call, I have this one.
Yeah. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
I would have insta-folded.
All right. Guys, could you do me a big favor and scan your cards for him, please? Because he's got 4 cards to scan. Please, just for this one. I don't beg very often.
James, shoot me an email, skullmypoker@gmail.com, or reach me on the social medias, and I can help answer those questions. The games are going to be big. 510, 510-25, 100, 200, 5-5-10. Games are going to be massive, and there's little to no seats available, but get in touch with me as we have a King 3 Deuce board.
Trey Do says the players are going to scan their cards in as we wait for that to happen.
Love how we keep getting random Sandler quotes just pop into the chat. That is the theme of the night. Pretty hilarious. And what type of holdings do we have here? Driver with a King 3.
Leaving money on the table.
Jaywin also with a King 3.
High laughs. I love. High has a lot of fun playing cards. Gotta love it. Always smiling.
That is correct.
Heads up between Driver and Jaywin.
6 of clubs. We're likely heading to
2 pair for Driver.
2 pair for both players, the same 2 pair.
2 pair for Jaywin, both King 3.
So unless one wants to outplay another, we're likely heading towards a chop. Did Driver just do a wardrobe change? Did we just have a wardrobe change? I don't recall seeing this button down.
Could have just taken off his jacket.
Makes the call to a referee go. 4K in the middle. And there's the jack of spades. Does any player have a jack? I don't recall. They do not, so chop suey. Unless we have some moves being made here, but this could easily go check, check. Pot large enough. And it does go check, check, and we're going to chop it up.
This is going to cause Mike to continue to push for that draw the card thing. That's like our 4th chop pot.
Yeah, what do you think about I like the no chop zone.
The no chop zone is a brilliant idea. I like it.
And we let the players vote because it was a mid-game change. We weren't walking 3 miles a day when that photo was taken.
It was in a row. It was 5 in a row.
Did you go on a walk today? It was pretty windy outside.
I did. I went to the mailbox. It is. Mailbox is exactly half a mile away, so going there and back is a mile.
2010.
How about them Cowboys?
Has anybody had more premiums tonight than the Daddy Chaz? Aces, kings, queens, and High has ace queen. Just elects the flat.
I believe it, dude.
What's your secret? I made it to like day 2 one time.
See how much I've been folding?
I gotta fold in the money.
Same there.
Playing too many hands.
Chris the Cop strolls in. Shout out to Chris the Cop.
Does anybody give the Cowboys a chance tomorrow?
That's my biggest bet of the week. Cowboys? Cowboys. When I say big bet, a couple thousand for me. Yeah, -3.
Chris the Cop says, Skull Mike, don't forget to collect your Buffalo sandwich bet win. As High outflops Chaz.
Thank you, Chris the Cop, for reminding Skull Mike.
Should I fix you some sandwiches?
You owe me probably like 3 sandwiches.
I'm gonna buy you a sandwich. I'll buy you a sandwich.
Or 3.
No, I don't need it.
How about them Cowboys?
Did you already play that?
I already played it, and there's an ace on the flop.
There you go.
I remember those days.
I just like pressing buttons. You know who like
Stay
pressing
in your
buttons?
lane.
You know who like pressing?
Norman,
Both
yes.
Doug and Lon wanted to press all the buttons. What does this one do? What does that one do?
You shouldn't be pressing any buttons, though. You tell the jokes, I press the buttons. Come on now. Yikes.
Skull Mike.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
High. With the check mark. Goes for 325. A milky bet says, call me please, daddy. Put those chips in the middle. Make me $325. A little richer. And daddy's going to make the call, and High's going to say, thank you very much. Ship it. Send it over to seat 6, please, immediately. UPS, FedEx, I don't care. Just send it my way. But the Daddy Chaz and Scotland on top of the charts tonight. They are our big winners.
Cumulative winnings, Big Daddy Chaz up 4,600, Scotland 3,700. Caesar, our visitor from Fort Hood, up 1,700, high 765. And Ronnie from Boston, up 275. Everyone else is losing. DQ currently throwing the party down 5,100. That's good for a wedding of 40 with an open bar.
Is it? I've been talking to some wedding planners
about
lately.
200
I've been
ahead,
talking to
maybe
some
100.
wedding planners.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm learning about wedding planners?
They charge a lot.
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
So is 5,100 really throwing you a wedding?
For 40? Usually you got to figure about 150 to 200 ahead. So that's probably about 25 a wedding for. Depending on where you're at. I mean, if you're at what you want to eat. Lots of variables.
Chaz starting to get frisky here. 225 Caesar, suited big slick. Likely to have a 4-bet incoming here. And he's reaching for a plum, a couple blacks, some greens. Makes it 775.
No purple?
No, it's got a little 5,700.
You can always have the wedding in your backyard of the house you just bought. That's what I did when I.
Bailey's digging too many holes, so that's not going to happen. You can't have Slick Rick roll an ankle and then sue you on your own wedding night.
Or you could have the wedding right here at the Lodge Mahal.
Okay, well, if he can't call.
DQ's going to come along, so Chaz folds the queen high, and DQ says, I'm stuck. You can't get unstuck without playing some hands. I'm on.
Am I allowed to check dark? You are.
Oh, DQ swapped. You see what DQ did there again? The patent DQ swap of the actual button for the coin. See that?
Yeah. 7 deuce 3.
His own custom coin. He made a little swap there.
That's funny.
All you, man.
I did have middle cards. It was close. Very close. I put them on like a queens or jacks to begin with, so.
You need an 8 out there, right?
I did need an 8 out there. That is correct.
So the button now is officially the coin that Skull and I bought for DQ for his birthday. What do you get a man who has everything? You get him his own coin. So we put him his likeness in between Skull and I and gave him 50, 75 coins, whatever we gave him, and now it's the button on the table. See, Nakia says they got married at a country club golf course in Vegas, all inclusive for $100 per person. Wedding, depends what you get. Absolutely.
See, now you should straddle.
C2 raised to 150. Oh, how can you scan?
Where it gets expensive is the liquor.
C2. Okay.
That's where it gets expensive.
DQ call, fold, actions on state 9.
Gonna have some good liquor there.
I know you like your scotch.
Correct.
4 players.
3 non-believers.
4 ways to a flop here.
No, just 2 non-believers and 1 idiot.
9, Jack, 5, Skittles.
2 players with the Jack.
Same
DQ
hand
fishing for an
Caesar.
8-ball. You know he's coming along there. Backdoor spades as well. So likely to see a bet here from Chaz.
300.
Goes for half pot and snap call from DQ. Think under a second makes that call, and Caesar makes the call. Driver the only one who's going to be folding. So now 3 ways to a turn. Everybody loves a 3-way. 7. DQ still going nowhere. Checks all the way around to Chaz. Likely to fire in another bet here, but no. Elects to check for a little bit of pot control. To a river we go. 9 of hearts.
Another chop. In the sights, depending on who stays in.
Let's see what Chaz does here. I mean, a 9 could be possible, especially for DQ, but Chaz plays a lot with DQ. Would think that DQ would bet his 9 here. And a lot of players in this situation would just be satisfied with the size of the pot and elect to check, but not Big Daddy Chaz, a very wise and savvy player. Going for the maximum value, bet $675, and if DQ makes this call with 9s and 7s, what does Caesar do? Just like, wow, this seems odd, fishy, strange. DQ here in the blender on the river. If he folds, Caesar's going to be calling, and we're going to chop this one up. But the action's on the 7th seat, and DQ reaching for chips. He's going to make this call. And what will Caesar do? So perhaps not going on a one-way ticket to Chop Town. Caesar, a little bit perplexed, says, I got a jack. Do I have the best hand? Yes? No? Maybe so? He looks to be in folding formation, but no. Reaching for chips going to make the call, and we're going to chop DQ's money up.
He calls.
He wins.
All right, showdown.
I think
And it's a chop between Caesar and Big Daddy Chaz.
You guys pull your bets back.
Ted Gomez asks, are you going to wear a hoodie at your wedding?
No.
Wait, what is that?
I used to have the best hair in Texas. Not anymore.
Well, it's actually.
But I'm going to get the pomade out, the oil. Might even get a little suntan because I am Casper the Ghost's first cousin.
But you have an excuse for that. Now, you made me feel bad when I called you pasty one day. You said, Rick, I had skin cancer. I mean, that just
truth.
made me feel bad.
Thank you very much.
Not lying to you.
Thank you.
It's like when you used to say to your friends, your mama, and they'd say,
She's
my
dead.
mama died. I mean, it just drop mic.
You just feel like an asshole.
You just feel like an asshole. But
I can take it. I can take all the heat. The trolls. Come at me, bro.
Darren with the $5 super chat. Skull, you got to play Ode to My Car by Adam Sandler.
I'm going against the Buffalo defense.
To Rickety Rick, such a classic. Darren,
Thank you, Darren.
I have that album. They're all going to laugh at you. And Piece of Shit Car was a gem of a hit from young Adam Sandler.
Folks,
Medium Pace also was one of my favorite songs he ever did. Medium Pace. Check it out.
I only know the Hanukkah song.
Hanukkah song, Turkey song. He did like 4 versions of the Hanukkah song.
Folks, if this is your first time watching the stream, first, welcome. Rick and I appreciate you. The Lodge live streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So give us a favor, do us a favor, and subscribe to the channel. And you also have a treat coming at the end of January, as we'll be streaming 7 days a week the last week of this month. So going to have some big games with plenty of familiar faces, some new faces, some big people in the poker world will be coming. So you're not going to want to miss it out, and the best way to do so is by subscribing to the channel.
At 250. Raised to 675.
Ronnie can't get anything going tonight, really waking up with 0. Not even a pair, nothing. DQJ when Big Daddy Chaz up at the charts with the aggression frequency.
Because he, yeah. Button is in 8. And we have a 50 straddle on. Thank
Not
you.
much for Sparks. Scotland picking his spots well, playing within himself.
Chad, I think you lost if you were going up to get the Buffalo.
Looks like Driver's heater is winding down after 2 fire weeks. Racked up close to 40K in those 2 weeks.
That's what I said, I think you lost.
Ted, I'll be lucky if I get an invite. I'm not looking to be the best man. I'll be lucky if I get an invite, although Nina does like me. So I got that going for me.
We'll make them sweat it.
If you want a gift, you got to invite me. I'm not giving a gift with no invite. DQ with the Gretzky. Pocket nines. Makes it 200 over to Jaywin. Jaywin just can't get anything going tonight. DQ's going to win that small pot. Mandy, a service dog, you can. A pet, you can't. If it is a service animal, of course, you know, the lodge is like anywhere else.
How many people were in the stream?
Well, Mandy, service dogs take shape in all sorts of different varieties, depending on what you need them for. So it is, in fact, a service dog. There you go.
I need a service dog for
There's multiple streams running on most days of the week.
companionship when you get put in the blender on the river. This feels so sad and lonely. It gives me a lot of anxiety, and I think that's reason enough to bring my puppy Bailey into the lodge. What do you think? Did I sell it?
Probably not.
I need some paperwork.
People want to see.
All right. We won't go down the rabbit hole of animals that would qualify as a service
Shout
dog.
out to animals.
Yes. Queen Deuce 4, Skittles.
I sit next,
On to the next
I sit
subject.
next to one 3 times a week.
That's no way to talk to your best buddy. Who is on a short list.
A poker beast.
Who is on a short list for at least being a groomsman.
From barely being invited to groomsmen?
No, don't make me. Just invite me.
I do need somebody to shine my shoes.
Just invite me and don't make me any responsibilities. I just want to show up. I want to eat the chicken dinner, grab a piece of cake.
I need somebody to, like, shout out to wedding crashers. Somebody, blow up some balloons.
Yes.
I could use a bicycle on my wedding.
Make me a bicycle, clown.
I'm the only one throwing a damn party here. As I like to say on the stream.
Left eye versus right eye.
I'm throwing like a small wedding party.
DQ watches the stream. Shout out to DQ. Throwing a small wedding party indeed.
Fignut says, I got an emotional support bottle of Woodford. There you go.
You and me both. God knows Fignuts is at his home with about 37 blankets because it's minus 27 degrees outside his house. Pocket queens versus 10, so buckle your seatbelts, folks. Captain Skull speaking from the cockpit.
Big Daddy Chaz.
This could be trouble for my side wager, as we have a pot brewing. One of Chaz's 10s is dead, as that has been folded. DQ with a mystery hand King Jack. And he's coming along.
It's a good city. I mean, I think it's the best city. Austin's probably top 3, top 4, but Dallas is probably the best.
There you go.
Pot building. Driver might elect for a 4-bet here if he wants to play for stacks, or he will tread lightly, just flats.
We're going to go 3 ways to a flop.
5K in the middle before we even see the 3 community cards, and what does it bring?
Ooh, Seti Maggette for the 10s for Big Daddy Chaz.
The case 10. My goodness. 110 was folded, and Chaz is trapping on such a dry board. It checks around to driver on the button with the overpair, and hand of the night, folks. As we are close to overtime, not there yet. If you like poker, if you love the Lodge, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. That's where you can find coolers like this. And let's have a moment of silence for driver's chips. Does the boom come now? Or do we wait for a turn, Rick?
I think we wait for a turn.
I would agree.
We need the taps being played on the soundboard, because that's what's about that. We're going to pay homage to the chips of anybody who calls this.
DQ says, okay, I'll let these 2 boys play. Driver thinking to himself, what am I up against?
Driver's got to think he's good. You love that flop for queens. Deuce of diamonds. Driver dead to one of 2 outs.
The blank of all blanks. And Chaz slows down. Driver grabs his face, eyes Chaz's stack. Look at him. Look at this man. He's got queens, and he's in such discomfort. What do I do here? Do I check? Do I rip it? I think he's going to rip. I think it's all you can eat. Soda on the side, probably Mountain Dew. And then it's going to be a snap call from Chaz, and he's going to be dead to 2 outs.
Driver said this was the night he was going to lose. Self-fulfilling prophecy?
The 2 words are coming. All in. Chaz thinking about Vegas, the Bellagio fountains, perhaps a new bicycle.
He checks to the river. Ooh. Now diamonds get there,
Gives
but
him an out. Chaz maybe worried, but Chaz goes for it. Chaz is not scared. He's going to rip it.
I think that cost Chaz a lot of money, that ace on the river. Because anything low,
Yeah,
I think
it
Driver's
gives-
calling anything.
Gives driver an out for sure. I think Chaz is going to rip.
He's all in. And there's no way the driver can call this.
Driver's going to fold now. Saves himself 5K. Shaking his head. He's got that bad feeling. That feeling when you have some sour chipotle. Driver not really beating anything now. Diamonds get there, losing to all the sets. Some random ace that was perhaps getting frisky. Driver's going to fold, so sees himself 5K after not ripping the turn.
Yeah.
But still a nice size pot for Chaz after the case 10 gets there on the flop.
I think Driver's going to review this session And thank God that an ace hit the river, especially an ace of diamonds. But an ace just allowed him to easily let that go. Cumulative winnings, Big Daddy Chaz, wow. Up 10 grand. Scotland 3,900, Caesar 1,600, Ronnie and High both up about 660. Throwing the party tonight, really two players. DQ down 7 grand, Driver down 5 grand. And Driver told us, he said this might be the night I give some of it back. He was on an unbelievable heater. Stream is not over yet. We still got 9 minutes of regulation, and then we'll give you some overtime because you earned it.
What if it wasn't in more misery, dude? What's that? What if it wasn't in more misery? Then I'm an asshole.
Then I'm an asshole. He just wants in a final on his own.
Queen Jack clubs is my vote.
No, that's what I have.
Huh?
That's what I have.
I personally don't know the exact things you need to qualify for your service dog to come in here, so that's why I'm not answering the question. I don't know the answer to the question.
Well, I actually turned 2 jacks into a bluff, but I don't think that's the case. I don't know.
We'll research that and get back to you.
Folks, very close to 29,000 subscribers as we sit at 28.9. So if you're watching the stream tonight and are not a subscriber of the channel, do Rick and I a favor and hit that subscribe button.
Ace Jack Deuce of diamonds. 2 pair for Big Daddy Chaz, and he's continued to heat up here.
It's his night tonight.
It definitely is. Those yellow chips are all $1,000 chips. Purple chips are 500. Black chips 100. Green chips 25. Red chips 5.
I'm actually really curious to know.
Feels so good when you hit all the cards. Feels so good when she chokes too.
Feels so good.
But you got people calling you almost on every street. You have the check mark on the turn. He loves mixing it up with his buddy Chaz.
Oh, yeah?
One thing DQ is not afraid of is a challenge. He knows he's up against it sometimes against some of these poker wizards. But DQ doesn't care. He enjoys max pain. And he likes putting people to the test. But he's behind on this one. DQ hoping to get the showdown. Big Daddy Chaz probably knows that he's up against 1 pair. What type of sizing will he come with here to get Chaz to call? I think half pot is good. Maybe just under half pot, something along the lines of about 800.
1,600.
He goes for more than that. Goes for 16 in the snap fold from DQ.
Can you put that bomb on top of it? That's what I'm fighting out. Players checked on 11.
I thought she said that's what I'm finding out.
Jeffrey Goodman, now that you're a subscriber,
Welcome to the party, pal.
Derek, we're going to put you in timeout. Just don't be so angry, man. You've been angry lately, and we're just having fun here. So take a little breath. Understand this is all about fun.
Right now.
All right, just a reminder, seat 1 is 5,000 behind, and seat 7 is 8,000.
He's a little flustered right now.
On to the next one. This is a PLO bomb pot single board. Every player put $50 in. PLO, a game where you must play 2 and only 2 from your hand and use 3 on the board to make your best hand.
Here we go. 2, 3, and 4. Can you please scan your cards?
Queen Jack Deuce Skittles. Skittles taste pretty good right about now.
And you check? Okay, just 2.
Looks like Sparks has a queen.
Check. 300.
What else are we working with here? Let's take a look. Still getting some of our readers working.
So DQ, driver with 2 pair, queens and jacks.
I thought you
47% equity,
Flop top set.
as we have 4 players that remain in this hand. Open-ended straight draw. There's a 3 of hearts. Now a heart draw for Big Daddy.
Driver, yep, top 2. Looking to get some of that money back. Chaz with all the draws here. And what's that? Yeah, driver asking what the pot was.
I bet 1,000, because that's what I said. I'm a man of my word.
Chaz just giggling away, says, I can't lose tonight. I'm owning your soul, but I'll still laugh.
You're 5K behind, right? Is it this hand?
And Chaz is going to come along, I think, for the price of 1,000. Jaywin with the nut flush blocker. Also multiple cards will give him a straight here. 10, king. Could perhaps bluff here if another heart peels, but that would not get through. But multiple callers, pot at 6K. To a river we go. Multiple yellows in this pot. Big pot energy. 6 of diamonds on the river. Check mark for driver. Top 2, perhaps a little bit money.
The great DQ. The great DQ is leaving the building as the chat is coming to an end. I mean the stream. We're running on a 30-minute delay, so.
Still got overtime, so don't go anywhere, folks. And Chaz is going to bluff at this, saying, now is my time. I've waited all night. I missed out on my draws. Every time I put money into the pot, I've had it. And look at driver here shaking his head again. The 4-5 gets there, and he sets has you beat. Looks like driver's going to fold this 2 pair, and this bluff is going to work. In a bomb pot, he shows it to him. Lays it down and the bluff gets through. Big Daddy Chaz clicking all of the right buttons. Show the bluff. It's the end of the night. He shows it in your face. Nice play. Next level.
He also had a pair of 6s, which is better than your pair of 6s.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Very well played there from the 2 seed. He cannot lose tonight.
Yeah.
And he's making moves when he doesn't have it. And whenever he gets to showdown, he does have it. He gives a little bit of a free peek there with king, just a pair, nothing.
Did you say ace king 10? Did you have all ace king 10? Me too. We had all of our outs. 9, 10, king ace. Yikes.
50 travel bonds. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the answer to the question about the tournament. So we're running 10 500K guaranteed tournaments, and at the end of the year, they're going to determine a certain number of people who have played in those tournaments, a point system, and they're going to play for a free roll at the end of the year. I believe it's a 50K free roll, if I'm not mistaken. Poobah, you're in the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, as people are wondering about, is there anything given for points that people can earn? And basically, if you play in these 500K guarantees throughout the year, and you play in enough of them, or you perform well enough in 1 or 2 of them, you could find yourself in a free roll at the end of the year, where there'll be a large prize pool that you won't even have to pay for. You just come and play because of what you earned.
Spark's been quiet all night, wakes up with one of the best hands he's had so far, ace-queen off from the small blind. But all this action facing a raise, a flat, a 3-bet to 1.2 on the button, and what does Sparks do? He lays it down. 7 deuce for Jaywin for the 3rd time. He says, is this my time to finally win with a pot? props to Jaywin for going for it a third time. Did not work out well for him the first two.
Finally, Jesus.
He takes it down.
Let's go, Michelle.
I love that for you, honestly, dude. Here's mine. Here's mine.
3K to go.
Guys, y'all owe 100.
Sir, 100 bounty.
We are officially into overtime. There's your chip count. What's on the table right now? Big Daddy Chaz has 20K in front of him.
Magic carpet siding anywhere?
Let's see him.
I see Cheryl.
Lots going on here on a Saturday night at the Lodge Mahal.
Don't see the carpet.
Should it be 800 or 700?
8?
8.
4, 5.
That's 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's 5.
Thank you.
Wow. Poobah says it'll be at least 50K, could be potentially higher, and also working on getting a nice watch, maybe a Rolex. Look at Poobah, coming strong for the players of the Lodge Mahal. That's what he does. I like that.
I'm not playing. I'm folding all my 7 pieces going.
Nice hand, sir. I folded a pretty hand.
Yeah.
On to the next hand. Sparks looks down at 6 deuce. Sparks wearing a nice San Antonio Spurs sweater. Looks like we're going to go 3 weights to the flop. Queen, king, 9, couple spades on that flop.
Check his legs, see if he's shaking or not. It's a big hand, man. Nobody will hate you for it.
Poobah says it was all Anthony Chester's idea. He's one of the most brilliant tournament minds in the business. There you go. A lot of love. Flush draw for high, along with this gut shot. Pair of kings for Scotland in the lead.
Well, honestly, I was actually thinking it was a good person because I don't really have an ace. So it kind of looks like I'm repping an ace, you know?
Did you have a step there, Chaz?
All 500.
Like I said, I had pocket 10s. I flopped top set.
It wasn't just against him. I was in there too.
Yeah,
made it like.
you check folded so
I should have made it like 3,500 when you called it.
Adric, thanks. We appreciate you being us. Ace of spades on the river, and there's high.
Flush, hoping somebody has a piece of this good enough to call, but nobody with an ace, nobody with a 9, nobody with the straight. So, high likely to win this pot pretty easily.
I'm just shocked I beat you in a bomb pod, dude.
Huh?
I'm just shocked I beat you in a bomb pod, dude. I'm getting 1K off you. I mean, shit, dude.
Everybody's beating you tonight.
No, I'm saying in
It's not
general.
unique.
Scotland thinking, what do I beat? It's really not much, and he lays it down. What a night for Big Daddy Chaz as we are in overtime, folks.
We're going to overtime.
The man has been on table 11 under the lights multiple times, and all he does is win is Big Daddy Chaz.
Lose and only get $1,000.
Putting on a clinic tonight, running hot, and making moves when he doesn't have it, not afraid to put the chips over the line and put people to the test.
Yes, ma'am. 10,000?
DQ puts
Yeah.
a bunch of bananas out there. Just kidding. Yes, James, we read these messages. We interact a lot with the chat, but tonight we're trying to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We're doing our best. All I can say, pocket 10s for driver.
100.
I know you got a shot, dude. love that for you, dude.
He's got a look in his eyes.
He's got a look in his eyes.
Siri, cancel that last reminder. We know what he got. We know what he got. Abort, abort.
Four ways to a flop. Michelle
He's not bluffing.
in the box is going to give us the flop. Ace, king, 7, couple of hearts. Pair of aces for both Scotland and Sparks. Sparks with the queen. Somebody's just, is that Big Daddy Chaz just having a good time laughing?
Yeah, that's Chaz's laugh, yeah. DQ joins the chat. What's up, DQ? Threw a party tonight, but always a good attitude and provides the action. He'll be back on stream the last week of the month for the big game, the kickoff game with Brad, Andrew, and Doug.
Absolutely.
Deuce of hearts here on the turn changes nothing. Sparks still way in the lead.
Win or lose, DQ always has a smile on his face. He's good for the game as far as overall just his demeanor. Doesn't get upset at dealers, doesn't get upset at players, just has fun. Comes, if he wins, that's great. If he loses, he'll be back. Thank you, DQ. The river, the 8 of diamonds. Sparks is going to win with his queen kicker as long as he stays in. Goes check over here. He may check this back. And he does. Scotland shows his ace-6, and Sparks says, my kicker's good. Takes down a $2,100 pot. On to the next hand. DQ. Come on now.
I was trying to get it all.
78% shoot, 22% careful.
You are a
Straddle's
legend.
on here,
There we
5
go.
to 10, 25, 50. Driver looking a little disheveled and getting beat up tonight, but his time was up. He'll be back, though, fighting and battling another time. He's not scared.
McCall says, just started watching this channel and I can't stop. There you go, McCall. Or, how do you say that? McCall? McCall some.
McCall?
There you go.
I actually had 5-1.
McCall.
It
McCall.
did not work. It was the highlight of his day.
Zohan.
Hope you're a subscriber. Last time we checked, we were oh so close to 29,000. Let's go back and see. Did we get there midstream? It's always nice to get there on stream. Cowboys.
I know we're going to
Caesar.
By the end of the month, we're going to hit 30,000. DQ with the $99 super chat.
What are you talking about? We're going to get there before the end of the month. Dream
Says-
a little bit bigger, Rick. End of the month, obviously.
DQ says, hope you all enjoyed my wedding party. Sorry I stunk it up tonight. DQ, it's always a pleasure when you step foot in the Lodge Mahal. See you soon, my friend. There's a picture of the Lodge Mahal, the front half of the room.
Coming up, money for quitting. Saw that headline? Never heard of that. We got a little weather lady. Shout out to the weather lady.
There's Cheryl standing up right there in the top part of your screen. And she's
Cameron?
playing the bounties.
Cameron's been on a couple streams down there in the tournament streets tonight.
He has.
Cash games are lit. PLO, 1-2. Multiple 2-5s, 1-3s. Art of Poker winding down. If you love poker, exit 251 here in Round Rock off of I-35. The poker mecca of Texas, soon to be the entire country. Come on down and see us for yourself.
240 or 240. Pay $1,000 for a mix.
500K guarantee.
Oh, no. They took the other price pool down. Yeah. They eliminated the other.
Buying, I think it's 200 and 40 goes to the house.
Sasquatch disc golf.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I like it. I like that comment. Sasquatch disc golf. You the man.
It does a good job of like spicing
Some of us have been here from the beginning, though.
get a lot of ones and tables out of this.
I remember the first couple live streams, we were going, can we get to 100? Can we get to 100 in the live chat? And we cheered when we got to 100 in the live chat. That wasn't too long ago, folks. That was less than a year ago. And look, shout out to all the players.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Shout out to all the players, first and foremost, all the dealers who have made us this show fun and successful, and of course the management team and the ownership of the lodge. If it wasn't for the ownership having a vision, they didn't know what a live stream was when we said let's do it. They didn't realize that it could basically be a great advertising tool for the lodge to introduce everybody to great fun that we can do over here. And about a year later, everybody agrees it was a smart move.
No, I know
175 from high.
40 is the house fee. Correct. So all 200 goes back to the
7 dues for DQ.
25 comes out of the $40. Or was that on top? 265 or 240?
For this one, it's 240.
How's DQ going to play this one? I'm sure he's still in the chat, so.
I thought someone said
Thank you, Wes. I may do that before long. DQ gets it through.
Pay that man his money.
He gets some of it back in the form of a $100 bounty from each player for winning with the 7 deuce.
Surprise high laid it down so easy. But he'll take his money there.
Wow. Krista Kopp says the Lodge live stream was the first thing I ever subscribed to on YouTube.
Yeah, Krista Kopp.
Krista Kopp is...
He's here every stream.
He's a fine American.
Always positive, supports us from the beginning. We appreciate you, Chris, and all that you do in your neighborhood, and you are always welcome here in the chat 3 times a week. And you're welcome here at the Lodge anytime. You got to get down here and see this place live and in person.
Ethan Camps just sent a message to Skull Mike. If it's a dream of yours to come to the Lodge or get on the stream, talk with Mike or come to the Lodge, we'll treat you like a king, Ethan. I promise you, you will have fun.
Filling plenty of seats for February, folks. So Skull Mike Poker, Twitter, Instagram, skullmikepoker@gmail.com. Get in touch with me. I answer all emails within a day or two. I respond to everybody and let you know if there's an opportunity. You can have your chance here to mix it up with players like DQ, Scotland, High, who are here on the regular.
Hell yes. Everybody fold. Make it a kill game. Oh, he's never folding. He took his damn thing away.
Two guys.
Ronnie.
Yep.
Been so quiet tonight, and he is just going to rip it. Says enough's enough.
Wow.
You guys got shit. If you want to play, let's play for it all. 4.5, and everyone's going to fold, especially when Ronnie's barely played a hand all night. You can't call this with anything. Choctaw Nuts for DQ. Can't do it.
And Ronnie is going to show the 7.
It was unlikely you had the 7.
I have 7.
You have 7 dudes?
No. I have 7.
Wait, 7 dudes? Oh, 7, 8?
Look at Ronnie there, sweats it, makes everybody scared, shows the 7. Does he have the deuce? That would make sense, right? But no, it's the ace. Still an aggressive line there from Ronnie. He takes
Very
it down.
aggressive.
We had a pretty good hand. Had the best hand between us 3.
Folks, if you are not a subscriber to the channel, as we wind down the stream, only a couple minutes left of overtime, let's get to 29,000 subscribers on the air. I know I'm pushing for it, but I want to do it the hard way. Don't want to back into 29,000 in my sleep. So if you are not a subscriber, help us out, folks.
We are about to cruise through the 20K. It took us, we're at 19,200, and then 12 days later, we're almost about to hit 30,000. So thank you very much. Took forever to get to 1,000.
He almost got his VPIP to 8%. You probably got a monster.
29,000. Let's go, folks. Stand up, pat yourselves on the back.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
We did it
That's
on
how you end the
stream.
stream on a positive note. Let's go.
29,000.
That's what I'm talking about.
Next stop?
30,000.
30K.
On our way, folks. That is what I'm talking about.
Pair of jacks for Sparks.
Thank you, folks. We appreciate that. David Wells in the building, my favorite Yankee pitcher.
Not as good of a card.
The first one, a queen?
It was the Queen of Hearts, too.
No, queen, that's a good card.
I know.
Good card to look at.
Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, folks. Don't hit and run us.
Turned over like a
You know
four
deep
hearts
down
or something.
inside, there's a little piece of you, perhaps a pinky toe, that really enjoys the stream. And you're going to come back for more. Big Daddy Chance up 15.1. You know he's having a good time tonight.
Damn.
15.1 in about 3.5 hours.
He's probably going to be on your list of people who always wants to be on the stream.
Yeah, but I have some rules when picking players, Rick.
Look at Sparks.
Big win,
winning
big win.
7 bucks.
Big money, no whammies.
Enough for a foot long at Subway. Good for Sparks.
Not hoodies.
Not hoodies. Hoodies a little bit more expensive, but darn well worth it. DQ down 10K.
I mean, event buy-in, but that's okay. You can shake that one off. Big Daddy Chaz, 15.1. That is an evening.
Wow.
He's going to stop playing at another place, though, and come here more often.
Yeah.
You know, a fan favorite of mine. But he is always a smile on his face. He's a buddy of mine, but I'm not going to put him on this table all the time, if you know what I mean, Rick.
I know.
You catch my drift?
This is the bomb pot. Everybody put $50 in. Go straight to the flop. We're playing PLO this hand. Must play 2 and only 2 from your hand with with 3 on the board to make your best possible hand. Let's go and check to high.
We essentially did 2 long vacations. Yeah, sure.
Brad Nix, we are just 20 minutes north of Austin, Texas. So fly into the Austin, Texas airport, get in an Uber, rent a car, and in 20 minutes you could find yourself here, poof, at the lodge.
So, queen on the turn. So we look at the percentages there. There's another king. So remember, you must play 2. Trips with a 9. King, king, queen, king 9 plays, but it's only trips there. It's not a boat in this game.
See if DQ gets away from the aces. For the price of $250, it might be hard for DQ to fold the aces, but he does easily, so good on him. Knows it's no good. Scotland shows the 7 and folds.
Thank you, Steve, for that comment. Angel, yes, it is a fun place to play, deal, work, you name it, the Lodge Mahal. Only fun times here.
Yes. Yeah, that's gonna end it with a double board.
Yeah, double board, $100. Annie.
Yep.
I don't know if I can do it straddle anymore.
100 stuff.
Coming down to the last few hands of the night. We're officially in overtime. Our streak remains alive and well for overtime shows. Back to Hold'em. Scotland folds over to Caesar with 10-4. He'll fold. Driver with King Jack offsuit, trying to get some money here. He's losing a lot tonight.
I agree. For as much effort as I put into it.
Shot now, guy.
I don't know. Big shit's right here.
Shot without this guy.
8-10 jack, couple of hearts. Pair of jacks for driver. Open ender for high. Yeah, that gaming chair that the dealer is in was a gift from the Wounded Warrior Project because we raised $3,900 during our military appreciation night on November 10th. We raised that much and for the Wounded Warrior Project, and they, in turn, sent us that nice gaming chair that the dealer is in. Shout out to Josh for putting it together. If you need anything put together, ask Josh. He can do it. He's the kind of guy that, you know, takes all the nuts and bolts and puts them in their own little area so he knows exactly how many are, you know, I just reach into, I don't put anything, separate anything. That's why I always am missing a bolt, or missing this or that. Skull, it's late. It's late.
The crickets are always out late. And the stream is getting late here, and that's why the straddle of 100's on. You can always count on Scotland. Would have been nice for Caesar to put on the 200 one time, but we'll let him slide. He's a rookie.
I need cards. Yep.
Driver's going to raise it up to 250 with his pair of nines. A suited ace-10 on the button for J-Win. A 3-bit likely incoming here with all this dead money. Could easily see him making this about, you know, 650 to 700 here. What will J-Win elect to do? Flatting is definitely in the cards, but I like the 3-bet to about 700.
Thanks, Tukey. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Makes it 700 on the head, so I speak J-Win as well. Speak good high, but I also speak J-Win. And now an ace-queen of clubs for Scotland. So this could be the last hand of the night, and it's a doozy so far. So hope you enjoyed the telecast tonight. Remember to hit that like, subscribe, get us to 30,000. Well done getting us to 29,000 tonight, but Scotland with the decision late.
Thanks,
what will he
Nick.
elect to do here?
Always a pleasure, Nick. From Yuma, the mayor of Chatsville.
Makes the call.
Wow.
Driver's going to go set mining here, so close to 3K in the middle. Also, DQ comes along with 7 high, so DQ looking to spike some hearts. Boy, would that be spicy. Let's. Ooh, what a flop for DQ here.
Pair of sevens and
My
a flush
goodness.
draw. Thanks, Sharon.
And not the flop that really anybody wanted to see except
DQ.
For DQ. Still behind, but plenty of equity.
Look at that equity.
J-Win's the one who started this party multi-way there. Really has nothing on this board. Could see him checking, could see him trying to go for it one time, but he checks. Doesn't really have any playability here. Good on him. And there's the flush.
Wow.
So it's the check mark for DQ.
Flush with a straight flush redraw.
And he's going to start building. Nobody with a heart. Nobody really with anything. Driver just with the nines. Don't see Driver calling 1.2. Don't really see anybody making this call. So I imagine just DQ will take this one down. A 4K pot. Good for him. He needs it. Well deserved tonight. Scotland's not going to go after this with 2 people behind him this deep. So he's going to lay it down. The only person that might call is Driver. But he still needs to worry about J-Win behind. And he lays it down. J-Win's going to fold 2. And DQ. 4K pot, good for him. Some money back, well deserved.
Tukey says one of us sounds like Lon McCarron. Whoever does, that's a big compliment. That guy's got a golden voice. And that will do it for tonight as we look at the final stats, VPIPs, DQ. Skull Mike, you put on another excellent show with these players. Your thoughts on this game?
A good game, entertaining. It was nice to see Big Daddy Chaz run hot and also make moves when he didn't have it. DQ always entertaining. Same with High, J-Win. Been on this show plenty of times. Welcome to some of our newcomers. I'm sure they'll be back down the road. And we get inching closer to the last week of January. That's going to be a doozy on this channel. So tell your friends, wake up Grandma, and don't forget to join us this Monday for a 2-5 game. And that will do it for me tonight, Rick.
Absolutely. For the Wizard of Lodge, who punches all the buttons. For Skull Mike, my partner since day one, my name is Slick Rick. We will see you in 45 hours on Poker Night at the Lodge.
Shit.